What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing okay. I know this is an impromptu live, and I have been mowing over this a little bit and um where are my comments? Um Prayed and got some counsel and wisdom. um hey y'all, hey Storm, how are you? Um on how to approach this, right? And also how to do it in a way where others can be able to, receive some level of assistance and support. I take these things very seriously. So that's why it takes me a minute to come to the point where we need to address it. Some of this stuff I haven't seen um, because of just how horrible it is. So we're going to play some clips here. And I'm doing this video hopefully to help others. It's a it's a lot that's going on. I've been reporting on the Vegas couple that lost their lives by another YouTuber. And you have to understand the psychology of some of these people out here on YouTube. When you don't know their motives or intent or what direction they're taking or going, because Lady Luck Club knows exactly the direction God is sending us. But when things are just wrong, we have to call it out for what it is. That's it. And God holds us accountable for that. And hopefully and prayerfully, what we call out wrong can help others recognize what's wrong and that they take a stand as well. Doesn't always have to be loud and don't have to use profanity, don't have to do any of that in this video. Simply putting the problem at the forefront. This is what's happened to me. I'm also going to go over this squabble that occurred in Harvey because it's just, I haven't really seen it here on my platform here, and I need to see it to understand what's really going on. Um, but at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. I have not received any apology from this individual, and I don't anticipate one. But I only hope that others who have experienced the same can say something, at least confront it and recognize what it is. And then we move on. Um, all responses don't always have to be verbal. Sometimes the more impactful responses are the ones that are loud and clear and not on video. So that's where we are now. We're going to, this is the beginning. We haven't gotten far in here. Laura's on it. Thank you to my mods. Laura saying you guys are on it. Anyone comes in here trolling, just block them because we're not doing that. There's no way we can help resolve problems and help others if they feel like they're being attacked in my stream, in my show, and if this is supposed to be classy. I don't need all that nonsense. So block them. We are being elevated up to do better and do more. And we're going to start doing that this evening. We're going to talk about our first true crime. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the plane crash, in Air India plane crash. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Thank you so much. Hey, Skeeter, how you doing? You all right? And we have people, listen, people in LLC that are hurting, that are going through things, you know, I care about my supporters more so than anything else. Sometimes, making sure you guys are okay before myself, right? So we had a good time last night in the members only live stream. We laughed, talked about shucking corn, plowing corn. Talked about a lot of good things. We had a good time. Um, almost 3 hours of a good time, but it was definitely needed. So if you are a member, check out the last live stream we did. It's fun. And hey, Skeeter, they saying, oh, we got it. Okay, on it. Y'all hit the like button. Sissy, good morning. Yeah, Laura's on. She's on level 10, y'all. But we're only gonna just focus on just the content. If you post up something with certain words in it, it will not post because certain words have been blocked. I guess you'll find out as we go along. Certain words have been blocked. Good morning, Status. How are you? Yeah. So let's get to it. I'm gonna just play these two clips from this video here so that you guys can see what's going on. And I guess this will be my first time fully watching it myself because I kind of just been avoiding it just to not get upset about it. But no, I'm gonna be calm today. I just want this information to be educational, and to help point out. I know we just love the members on the live, but I want this to be educational and informative for others to see. This is not okay. I don't care how frustrated anyone gets. I have never yelled or screamed or cursed out my own supporters. I will never do that. I don't believe in it. It's just wrong. All right. So this has to be watched. You guys ready? If you can hear and see, put a 1 in the chat. I'm not playing this whole thing. Just the 2 parts where apparently I get called out. And then another clip. And then the Harvey thing.
Say, man, you stepped on my shoe. Now, at that point in time, you got the right to say, oh, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, and especially if the scuff is real bad or whatever, try to help her fix it. Or you can step on somebody's shoe and they say, hey, man, you stepped on my shoe, and you do nothing at all.
What? I'm sorry, ADHD. What are we doing here?
Well, what we're
I'm
doing
talking about you. Somebody said, oh, y'all can clap, but he's still taking your property. Is that a fact? Or can we at least acknowledge the fact that on INA, we just got a level of liberty? What are we doing?
It's all no good deed goes unpunished.
No, personally, I'm sitting up here and I'm gonna be honest, they pushing me more to see right now. They're in the comments. This is what you can do. Hold on, let me take you off the screen. You can shut the fuck up, really. Like if y'all fighting and you got the man on here giving you concession and he's listening to you and he's talking and he's saying, come on, let's come up with a process. What are we doing in the comment section? How many mayors? I'm not, and I don't have to run proxy for nobody, but this is weird to me. At the moment, I'm wanting to open comments, but it look like a bunch of mad ass people that don't know what progress look like. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
On my soul and on my shit.
Wow.
And I'm saying that because literally, we just got something that y'all been looking for. If it can start with clapping, now y'all stop being assholes, and maybe we can move the city of Harvey forward.
Wow.
I can't even talk about budget or nothing because you're mad ass. And some of y'all in the chat, you always complaining about some shit.
Wow.
What you doing with the INA money? What the fuck you doing with the money on your show? Wow. I don't like that stuff. I said no injustice finds rest here. And I would not let somebody come and be a guest, especially somebody like this, and we just be fucking idiots in the comment section. No, thank you. And guess what? I'm coming if you like it or not.
I'm sorry, I needed a brain break. Need a brain break.
And I was good enough when you wanted me to come and fight. So why wouldn't I be good enough coming to help mend the fucking bridge?
I'm thinking about starting to run on the treadmill again.
Man is actually talking. What do y'all want?
Jesus.
Go to your shit and good luck getting them. As a matter of fact, if you're a resident, you can get them. He
Wow.
said, and meet with the fucking mayor. Now, I didn't say nothing that was wrong. Tell me where I lied. I feel like they were both wrong. Both sides was wrong.
Jesus.
That's why I ain't showed up. And I'm definitely coming because my family got to deal with y'all mad ass bullshit.
Wow.
Shit. I am like, I'm looking at the comments and I'm like, people don't understand. Y'all want motherfuckers to come, go to jail, have to fight tooth and nail to raise resources, got to fight every level of government, can't figure out if y'all can get more than 40 people to show up and advocate for something. And y'all got hope. You know what? I want to end this because I'm irritated by all of it. The comments looks like a bunch of people who don't know how to make shit happen.
Wow.
No, he ain't coming on that weird shit. Ugh.
Apparently, I guess someone asked me about him coming on my platform. I made it clear that I don't want him on my platform. I can tell when a lawyer is lying. I don't want him here. This is disgusting.
Now go and subscribe because you're not welcome over here being an idiot. We gonna make progress. My family members can go clap now. I do apologize, sir. This is INA.
I was called an idiot, and I didn't know he was talking about me until the second time he ranted off. But I had already unsubscribed about 2 months ago. The first time he called me out and said that I was being given the side eye, which kind of threw me off because I was like, what does that mean? This is not something I would ever subject any of my supporters to. Never. Or any person. Why? No apology though.
Let me get back to the point of something. Sir, your city is in debt according to research.
For this investigation or research, we reached the same conclusion. The difference is in how I handle the information that I have versus him. And it's his prerogative. But we reached the same conclusion. I don't see the other part. It's so annoying. Because I'm not going to play this whole thing.
Acknowledge the fact that on INA, we just
What
no,
we're
I'm just
doing?
talking about you. Somebody
What
no,
we're
I'm just
doing?
talking about you. Somebody said, oh, y'all can clap, but he's still taking your property. Is that a fact? Or can we at least acknowledge the fact that on INA we just got a level of liberty? What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's how no good deed goes unpunished.
No, personally, I'm sitting up here and I'm gonna be honest, they pushing me more to see right now. They're in the comments. This is what you can do. Hold on, let me take you off the screen. You can shut the fuck up, really. Like,
hold on. Okay. Good morning. Let me get some more chats in. Yeah, misspeak is not a flat out lie. It's something that can be rectified. I mean, it's Someone is thinking about taking someone to court over a misspeak. That would be their defense, and the judge would throw it out. Let's, be realistic about what we're calling a lie here. If it's a provable false statement made over and over and over again, that could be a lie and defamatory. Someone misspeaking and, you know, willing to correct the information, though. It's not a flat out lie. My goodness. Uh, don't worry about it, Laura. This infuriated me. Hi, good morning. All in the queue. How you doing? If I can get a mod to drop Q's channel link for her channel, she went over. I was watching your video on the deposition with Tangent Miller. I was like, yes. They need to get her ass, get her ass, get her. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. It's early. It's early for me. I know. Sorry, I can't see some shows. I have blocked them. Yeah, we're not with the nonsense today. Hi, Jody Zimmerman. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Laura. If you read my comments, I am everywhere and do not speak negatively in other channels of others. You're fine, status. I haven't seen you say anything weird here. You're fine. And you guys, the only reason why, I'm just doing this because this isn't about just calling out people. It's about recognizing signs of, what's leading to some verbally abusive behavior. It took a minute for me to get to this point, even after seeking some counsel and wisdom on this, to try to make sure that the message is not blurred up into just I'm responding or clapping back to that person more so than educational purpose and helping you all understand this happened to me, but this is what it is. And no one should have to do that. And like I said, knowing that this person will never apologize, it doesn't matter. But no one should be subjected to this. No one. My son heard this. My son, whom he met at Chipotle with Dearwood Christian, heard this. And it was horrible. And he asked me, Mom, is he bullying you? My 12-year-old had the wherewithal to ask that and the other one. I had heard both of their videos in the same day. I mean, it's just crazy how my 12-year-old son was another YouTuber. And he kind of just went off on a lawsuit thing that he filed. And my son asked, Mom, is he bullying you? And I'm going to show the clip of where I called in trying to get an understanding because my son heard this. Unbelievable. A 12-year-old recognizes bullying. And we're grown adults. And we have a hard time just calling it out. My son has been the bravest in this so far. I'm getting ready to go to brunch, but I'm listening. Have a good time. Look, give me some French toast sticks. I've been following you for a little while. Seems like you see the good in people first, which is commendable, but the signs for this man has been there. We love you in North Carolina. Thank you, Nailbug. I appreciate that. These behaviors need to stop. It does, because 2 people lost their lives in Vegas. A YouTuber and his wife lost their lives to another YouTuber because of that bullying and the verbal abuse, the back and forth, the nonsense, the buffoonery of it all. And not one time did either of them try to apologize. When I tried to call in, I stated, I apologize for not contacting you first. But when I tried to email and text and reach out to him in the past, I didn't get a response. The first time he called me out and said that I was being given a side eye, I had been emailing and emailing, no response. So you can't say that wasn't done when I have the emails where I tried to reach out. This is not how you resolve anything. We can't choose what scriptures of the Bible we want to follow. The Bible does state if you have an ought with your brethren, to go to them in private for this reason. When did Jesus ever do this? And if we're to carry on and be Christ-like, not perfect, but Christ-like, that means you're aiming towards that every day. That means you're striving towards the mark of that high calling. It didn't say you had to be perfect doing it, but you should be putting in some effort. How are we doing this if this is what we're constantly going back to? And then when this verbal abuse occurs, it's pacified and encouraged. And the people that say, don't do this, get booted out of the stream. So there's no one that can tell him right from wrong at this point. Pride comes before the fall. And this might be a big fall. It needs to stop. This is insane. If my son can say this is bullying, you have grown folks that can't say this. Makes no sense. Did someone drop the link to All in the Q's channel? If you can, please do so. I appreciate it. Thank you. We want to show some support to other content creators. Anybody else in here has a channel? Just want to make sure I acknowledge you all. I always do that because I believe in, building a good YouTube community. There's no competition. There's no nothing. It's just great content and good time. Sophie said I was done. Yeah, we had a joint panel the other day with Vivian on Thursday. Was it Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday? And we talked about the Vegas murders and those two gentlemen that were going back and forth between the copyright strikes and claim content and all this other stuff. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And doesn't make sense. So bullying women just uncalled for. It seems to be a lot more women than men. I'm glad that Minion was able to have a conversation with this individual. But Minion was not at risk of just being called out and verbally abused either. So, maybe it'll take a gentleman to really sit down and talk to him, because otherwise this is going to keep going on and on and on and on and on. And it's not going to stop. Doesn't make sense. Because, when even now, I'm not angry or mad or anything. And I know I wouldn't be a voice of reason because simply the fact that he's done this. And I didn't really put it in its place the first time. Let it go on again, trying to be amicable, trying to be just focus on the content here and keep the residents in Dalton and Thornton focused on what needed to be done. And that was getting rid of the little girl out of that office. But what happens is when you allow things to just kind of fester over, it becomes infected. You don't clean it and let it heal. It festers and it infects others. And it gets to a point where it's out of control. And it's out of control. Hey Jeff, good morning. How you doing? Another great mod. Good morning, all. 59 watching and only 15 likes. We can hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Either way, God is still going to bless this channel and catapult it. Catapult it up to where it needs to go. I can guarantee you that. I know exactly what the goal is of my channel. I've already been praying on that. And sometimes it takes having to call things out as it's seen. All right. So, a few more comments in. Okay. Thank you for the link, Saint. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. I'll create a safe space here. I do not let anybody get hammered for expressing free speech and expression. I've been a big believer in that. Freedom of the press. I will report on what I want to report on. I will report on this little girl until she goes to prison. I said that. And I'm going to keep doing that. Funny how I have more comment on my channel because I've had almost 4 years. But we talk about other things as well. People just tune into what they want to tune in, which is their right. But then they go back and lie and say there's nothing else there. Well, you might want to keep clicking. But let's not tell a lie. That it's a dumb lie. That's exactly what the Bible says. Exactly. I mean, we quote them scriptures here. Let's at least try to act as if we're trying to do it. Made a comment that stated, for every comment made, there are 143 people reading it. I said it has stood the test of time. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Y'all keep me in prayer. Let's get to this second part where I'm literally slaughtered here. Let's go.
Y'all fighting, and you got the man on here giving you concession, and he's listening to you, and he's talking, and he's saying, come on, let's come up with a process. What are we doing in the comment section? How many mayors? And I don't have to run proxy for nobody, but this is weird to me. At the moment, I'm wanting to open comments, but it look like a bunch of mad ass people that don't know what progress look like. Shut the fuck up on my soul and on my shit. And I'm saying that because literally, we just got something that y'all been looking for.
We still have to pay.
Don't settle for less. Here's what others are.
Oh boy. I haven't seen that second part. It's just unbearable.
So that's the reason why.
Have the floor. I am not interested in your politics or the opposition. I'm or
The ability to go back to laughing and joking about this is disturbing even the more.
Didn't even talk about budget or nothing.
Federal, state,
Giving financial transparency
on behalf.
And I'm gonna show you mine, and then that is illegal. If every
I'm on behalf of those pensions. The problem is that, in my opinion, and from what I understand, it's supposed to be just for the sales taxes. But what's going on is that the comptroller is not only taking the sales taxes, the comptroller is also taking the grant money.
I don't care. I'm gonna keep on working my ass off.
Just for the sales taxes.
Are you serious?
Just for the sales taxes. But what's going on is that the comptroller is not only taking the sales taxes, the comptroller is also taking the grant money. Now, this is how this is where the problem comes in. She's taking 35%.
Pause for a second. You got to forgive me. Let me say this, because now I'm really frustrated. Don't tell me how to run my shit, Lady Luck. And let me be clear with you. I have sat here and watched the comments since the beginning. I have read them. I'm asking the questions. This is my first time engaging this man on this level at all. Our conversation was about issues. He is now talking in a general sense. But you're the one that I was talking about. What you doing with the money of INA? It looks weird when you're raising thousands of dollars and we don't know what you're doing it for. I want you to show me your records of what you're doing with the money from your show. And then we can get back to the conversation. I'm going to show you mine. And then you start contributing to the conversation because you got everything to say. I want you to hear me, busybody. We working hard as a motherfucker over here. And I am not in the mood no more. When I get frustrated, it's over. You can unsubscribe, unfollow, unshare, stop watching. I don't care. I'm going to keep on working my ass off. But literally, this is respect off of hard work that we have done, and I'm not playing that game. To the residents of Harvard, you deserve every single right to be heard, but we got to get there. We have to get there. Literal bit. That was, to me, it was something so small, but it's something so big because we hear people complain about it all the time. I said I want to bring the people that are on the other side. They can come on here, they can talk, they talk. I'm not picking a side. I'm looking for what's right. I don't need content.
Okay, so I don't know what was so. I mean, the comment was about one portion of the conversation about a venue that I didn't ask about. Commenters asked about in a live stream that I don't know if he's replayed that live stream and saw the comments or not, or his cyber team have done that, because I'm sure they don't have a problem leaving digital footprints all over YouTube, going on everybody else's YouTube channels, but why aren't they at least looking at the content itself and going to the comments, the live replay chat, and seeing where people were asking about that? So are you going to go berserk on all those people that asked you how much is the venue? Because that's all I was reiterating. You hear it all the time, and yet I'm somehow the proxy that has to take all this nonsense here. When I wasn't even watching your videos, I only clicked on it because Lil Diva was on it. That's it. I wasn't even fully paying attention, because I know a lawyer when they lie. That's one thing I bless God my godmother has helped me to do, is understand the art of an attorney. Understand the art of an attorney or a lawyer lying. She hasn't been a federal judge for over 25 years and not taught me something about that. So yeah, no, I know when a lawyer is lying like hell. This is madness. This is madness. Madness.
And I'm gonna show you mine, and then you start contributing to the conversation because you got everything to say. Y'all beginning
on behalf of those pensions. The problem is that, in my opinion, and from what I understand, it's supposed to be just for the sales taxes. But what's going on is that the comptroller is not only taking the sales taxes, the comptroller is also taking the grant money. Now, this is how this is where the problem comes in. She's taking 35%.
Pause for a second. You got to forgive me.
This is
Let me say this, because now I'm really frustrated. Don't tell me how to run my shit, Lady Luck. And let me be clear with you. I have sat here and watched the comments since the beginning. I have read them. I'm asking the question.
So how do you not read the comments about the charge for the venue in the other live stream? And I said nothing about running his stuff. I don't care how he runs his stuff. I do care about this verbal abuse going out towards women like this. And you're very bold and proud with it. And then you have other women supporting this type of behavior. And it's even more disturbing. It's disturbing.
This is my first time engaging this man on this level at all. Our conversation was about issues. He is now talking in a general sense. But you're the one that I was talking about. What you're doing with the money of INA. It looks weird when you're raising thousands of dollars and we don't know what you're doing it for. I want you to show me your records of what you're doing with the money from your show. And then we can get back to the conversation. And I'm going to show you mine. And then you start contributing to the conversation because you got everything to say. I want you to hear me, busybody. We working hard as a motherfucker over here. And I am not in the mood no more. When I get frustrated, it's over. You can unsubscribe, unfollow, unshare, stop watching. I don't care. I'm going to keep on working my ass off. But literally, this is respect off of hard work that we have done, and I'm not playing that game. To the residents of Harvard, you deserve every single right to be heard. But we got to get there. We have to get there. Literal bit. That was, to me, it was something so small. But it's something so big because we hear people complain about it all the time. I said I want to bring the people that don't.
This is why you got to make sure that you don't turn a molehill into a mountain. It brings in room for error. It introduces chaos and confusion. None of this needed to be said in front of a mayor. I don't like him, but he's still a mayor. Didn't like the other little girl. She was still sitting in a mayoral position. None of this had to occur in front of a mayor. It's called tact and using wisdom. There is no way I would even have that person on my show, on my platform. But certainly a mayor come on my platform and then do this to anyone. This is disgusting. And out of nowhere, I had no idea he was talking to me until he actually said my name. That's when my son heard it. My 12-year-old that you met heard this.
On the other side, they can come on here, they can talk, they talk. I'm not picking a side. I'm looking for what's right. I don't need content. I'm looking for what is going to make a difference for the residents. And I see an issue because I'm well researched. I done literally got on my screen every day in Dalton and gave you something that you didn't have before. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm literally talking.
I don't know if he was saying that to me or not, but like I said, he calls it investigation. I call it research. We reached the same conclusion. And then plus, I thank God for those who were sending me information as well. But I believe in being responsible for information I receive, especially when it could be of personal nature. I mean, so I don't understand what that meant, but okay.
To the man about what the comptroller is doing to the city. I know what's going on here.
Right.
It's so frustrating because the most people that got something to say, I ain't seen a dollar from you.
You
ain't
won't.
traveled to me to do.
No, you won't. I work hard for my money. I have a job. I have household bills. I have children. That is very selfish for you to think that I'm supposed to give you my hard-earned money. And you're blowing up over a question that Meanie had asked you in a live stream that you saw. I don't owe you anything. And like I said, I am going to give you that $225 back because God knows I don't need that lorded over my head. I don't need that lorded over my head. I have to work for that. I don't care if I have to pay it in parts because I'm on a budget, because I have children. I have bills. I have a life. I'm just not out here doing what you're doing. Everybody's not meant to do that. But if you're going to do that, still a way it could be done the right way. But no, I'm not giving you my money. I don't owe you that. I owe rent, but not you. This is insane. I don't even know what half of this stuff came from. I guess he's just kind of blowing in steam in the wind and it's being cheered on by other women. Disturbingly.
Nothing. Stop being a busybody in other man's affairs, and they won't come on your show if you don't know how to get them there.
I don't want them
I don't appreciate it. Now do me a favor, censor yourself in this chat because I don't need a vote for that. I literally love democracy. I'm fighting for it. But this is weird. Literally everybody who was on this.
I was asking why would he lock up protesters or no, it wasn't even protesters. I was asking why you arresting people for exercising free speech with clapping. Like, why does he think that anyone has to ask for his permission to clap in a public meeting when it's protected free speech under the First Amendment? Constitutional laws that have existed longer on this earth than me, this person, and that mayor combined. That would take precedence over money any day of the week. Ask any judge in a court of law. This is disgusting. And it's weird to bring that up. You talk about justice finding no rest, and yet you're calling that, oh, you're just misunderstood. People have lost their liberty and freedom going to jail for clapping. Protected activity that he's well aware of because he went to law school. But that somehow warrants someone have to go to jail or to be removed from a public meeting they have the right to attend. How is that justice? I don't profess to be perfect, but I do know what verbal abuse looks like, and this is it.
channel that want something from your mayor. You got them right here. I want to open the phone lines. I want to figure out what y'all got y'all suffering, and I want to figure out if we can get it done amicably. I ain't coming to go to jail in Harvey because I see something different. What's happening in Harvey right now is two sides that need to have a conversation because the city is being railroaded by outside forces, and y'all be better working together than apart. One of the problems is the comptroller. Y'all need to be dealing with the state. The $165 million in debt is a bigger problem than if we can clap inside of the fucking meeting.
Wrong.
There are people squatting in y'all.
False. Absolutely false. And many judges would disagree with you. That is absolutely false. When you're talking about a violation of constitutional law, the law that literally is the establishment of our legal system, they're not going to care about any money. That matter would be heard in a federal court. You could sue someone for some money and take it to a circuit court, but it would not land in federal court simply because of money. It would take a violation of federal law, but a violation of any constitutionally protected activity is a guaranteed federal complaint. I wasn't there to look into anything regarding finances dealing with, God didn't lead me to do that in Harvey. It was solely to look at what is going on with the older woman being arrested and the arrest of individuals who decided to exercise free speech by clapping. That's it. I don't care about the all the other stuff. And then there are others that are investigating and reporting on the finances and the property and the houses and things of that nature. That's not where God wants me to focus on there. So still, even in that, everybody has their own angle and everybody has their own lane that they're staying in with this. But I do watch and support others. Minion with Opinion talks about the finances. I believe who else is reporting on Harvey? Well, they're talking about the finances and the budget. Foxy to Roxy are talking about it. There are people who are watching it that I enjoy their content and I sit back and listen and learn. I had no desire to cover it all, and God has not given me the clearance to cover it all. But for what I have covered, that's what I'm covering. So I have no idea what that meant because it wasn't my forte. It wasn't something I needed to do.
Shit left and right. When I get there on Monday, that's the first thing I'm dealing with. I'm gonna start showing y'all where all the squatters and the illegal immigrants is overtaking the city.
Great. I had no interest in looking into that. That was not where I was going with that.
Relates to the lady's property, go do the research. She has not been kicked out of her home.
Don't need
Freddie
that,
Mac
need
did
that.
not want the house. The house has a.
I have no idea who Freddie Mac is. Nothing about a house. Don't know anything about that. Was not looking into that at all. What I commented on was the only thing that I was focused on. Why are you having people removed, violating their First Amendment rights for clapping? People are going to jail. They're inundating the courts. And he's going to piss the courts off because they're going to get tired of people coming down. They're being charged with nonsense, all from a public meeting. And he knows it. You know how I know he knew it? Because what happened in the last meeting? It was very long and boring. Did anybody get arrested for clapping? He knew it was wrong. So this is all of this, and for what?
A discrepancy about perspective, but look at all of the particulars. If the city paid to get the waters switched, the pay. Hold on, bring this man back.
I have no idea.
How much was it for the city to pay to get that water line separated?
I think it was something like 12,000.
Okay, so I that's that. I had no idea what he was talking about with that. Wasn't even interested in it. That wasn't my field of what I had nothing about a pipe. There are plenty of content creators, fantastic content creators that are reporting on that. You guys can just watch. Q, are you talking about the pipes and the water bill and houses and property? Frank, something with Frank and whatever. Are you talking about that? Because I can make sure that people go to your channel. Minion with Opinion does, along with Foxy and I said what I said. They have a new segment called OTR, off the record. So after this happened, Minion was one of the first to reach out to me via email and said, "Are you okay?" And it's just, nope. I think, hold on. Said, nope. I think Minion, Ryan, and Foxy are okay. Cool. All right. So, hey, Bobo. Aw, ridiculous. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh, hi Diane. How are you? Oh my God, this was hard to hear. I'm not even gonna lie. And I had to just, because this being what, the third, fourth time he caught me out in a video. Yeah, I had to block his page from my son's profile. Son that met him. Him and Dear World Christian, he thought they were pretty cool. But no. I'm not gonna let my son sit here and allow a grown man to be, empowered somehow by other women to have his mother verbally abused like this. It's just disgusting. Like I said, I'm not even expecting an apology. I'm just doing this because I want you all to see. And it's a cleansing moment for me. I'm getting this off my chest, having to kind of just, this is going to be here, out here on my platform so that people can see what this is and to avoid it from happening again. Don't let people, be subjected to this type of behavior. And the women that surround him refuse to tell him the truth. What are they fostering? And I can't explain how. I don't understand how they think they won't have some level of culpability with this. It's crazy. Can someone? What is Harvey World? Am I looking at the right channel? Okay, Harvey World Hero. Sorry. All right. I think this is the video. I haven't even looked at it fully.
Clark's administration.
I did react to it, but I didn't look at all of it fully. Because it got a bit much. And I was doing a live stream and I said, nope, nope, nope. And I skipped through it. I don't believe she should have turned herself in. I'm gonna be honest and say that. She should not have turned herself in. It's like, nah, y'all would have to come get me. You go to court, get that arrest warrant. Bye. You want me to go to jail? Okay, now you go get that arrest warrant. Put a little work into that. Oh, good grief. All right. That's how I felt about that. I was like, oh no. Okay. More of this. I'm sorry. Let me do the right thing. This is the Harvey World Herald YouTube channel. Comments are off because, yeah, that makes sense. I know I don't blame him. when I say that. I don't blame him. And you guys can check out the full video on second arrest moments after announcing mayoral bid. Let's see. Okay, so you guys can go on the YouTube channel and check that out and hit the like button. I just did. And subscribe if you're enjoying their content. All right. Just wanted to give a shout out to the channel.
I don't know you. It's all good. That was disrespectful. I don't want to know you. Well, why would you even ask if I am who I am? Did I say anything to you? No, the fuck I did. No, the fuck
Wow.
I did not. You made a comment to me. You're not relevant to me. We believe that. So I'm trying to. Why did you address me? Why address me? Why address me? Because I didn't ask you shit. Don't ask me.
And they want to not let alone the citizens. How are we supposed to get justice when our own elected officials can't even get into our police station?
Hey, everybody, please.
What should we do?
I've been around here. Well, I've been on them for like 6 or 7 years, and it's been a mess ever since I came into office. But having somebody like that,
okay, you can get one. Disrespect. You can get one. Okay. I can't. So what do you mean by that? Because you're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna disrespect me. Put your hand out of my face. Okay. What are you doing? Don't ever in your life disrespect me again on my soul. You want to stand behind me?
Wow.
You want to stand behind me? Is that what you want to do? You want to stand behind me? Because you know what? I'm not.
This is ridiculous. There's a woman going to jail here over charges that weren't even in the system at the time. That ended up being a felony aggravated battery charge against a police officer who failed to file that back on April 28th when the incident first occurred. The hypocrisy in that is that I spoke out and said something when that person was arrested in Flint, well after 24 hours after the incident. And I said that was wrong. How is it the same concept? A month later, how is that not wrong still? And they wanted her to surrender herself because they didn't have a warrant for her arrest, because they would have arrested her. It makes no sense. It still doesn't make any sense. And they're there for that. This mother is upset about what's happening to her daughter again. Never mind, the mother was actually put in handcuffs on April 28th as well. And the mother was arrested. So she was upset about not only herself being arrested, but her mother being arrested. Who in here would not be upset about their elderly mother being arrested again? This is her mother. This is her mother.
You address me. Disrespect. Put your hand out of my face.
That's her mother right there in the blue jean jacket here. She's small and short. Like, who would not be upset if their mother was arrested after being manhandled? Unnecessary force. It was unreasonable. I'm sorry, wouldn't there be an uproar if that person's mother was arrested? How much more hypocritical is this going to get? How much more hypocritical is this going to get?
Don't ever in your life disrespect me again on my soul. You want to stand behind me? You want to stand behind me? Is that what you want to do? You want to stand behind me? Because you know what? I'm not.
This is insane.
You address me.
And he's an elder.
Never said like that.
I don't even know that guy. So for him to say something to me is wrong. Now let me be very clear here. I have talked to both sides of this. I have called the mayor and I called Kobe. I'm talking to everybody now so they can hear me. I talked to both sides. I'm not talking about him no more. I'm not talking about him no more. I am not in disrespect because he's an elder.
Your point is that you're belligerent.
He was. If
and you were.
If I articulate with my cuss words, that's the way I
First and foremost, his work that you indulge in, it's not working right now.
It has the word, is it the definition of the word belligerent that's confusing here? It's belligerent, almost kind of like It's confusing. I'm just confused. I think the average person would be confused at watching what's happening here.
So with that said,
It's making no sense.
Harvey. He's been here for weeks
now
and
it's not
months
working
and
because you
months.
want to argue.
He's been weeks and months.
I'ma say
I'm a whole
it's really
woman.
this.
Wow.
This is what we do not need to be doing. This is not important. We are talking about that women in jail right here. Everything else is not important. This is not important. That woman is being like us. What's important? All this other mess is making it worse. It's not important. It's not important.
He's not even from Harvey. He's here for a bag. He's here for a bag. Walk away. As I said.
I don't know that man. He disrespects you for no reason.
Exactly. He's a Harvey constituent. You should not know him. He's been out here active in Harvey while this guy comes and follows wherever the activity as he takes his dog tag. So that is a fact.
This is madness. Madness.
Stop with that profanity, As I said, he is
This is madness. How could anyone try to support and defend that? Let me give you all just a scenario. Can you imagine this going and landing in a court of law? This video is being played. The judge is going to look at this, preferably from an impartial view. He's going to say, all I hear is just people yelling and screaming. Even if there's some message to get out, it's the manner to which it's being delivered. It's inciting more anger and frustration. And then I'm seeing women defend him on this. And I get even with the lady with the braids, what she is trying to say. I probably would have recommended for her to walk away, and then on her phone she's recording, walk completely away, and then say what she needed to say there. Because the judge will not distinguish who's right and wrong and all of this. He's just going to say all of this is madness, it's all wrong, and it's all confusing, and it's all loud, and it's all boisterous. Judges are going to be like that. They're not going to ask, who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? They're not going to do that. That's how this goes, guys. I do understand what she's saying. But I would not have stood here and tried to say it. I would have literally walked away from all of that and recorded myself saying my piece. And that's it. Because it would have either forced them to stay there or forced them to follow her, which then would have led to something extra. But it at least would have shown that they are more at fault. But a judge would have looked at this and said, all of this is madness. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't care. None of this is, I can't even hear what's being said or what's going on. That's how a judge would see this. And I'm just being honest.
What the fuck did I say? The bottom line is this. Jedediah follows the bag. He has people that donate to whatever it is he's doing for the benefit of a bag. He does not live in Harvey. The elderly gentleman that he just hollered down lives in Harvey, has lived in Harvey for decades. This man can't even tell you what street he's on if he does not Google it. So that is that. So if you're going to be here being profane to that man that has been here for decades doing his job, what do you have? Boy, what do you have? What do you have? Your bitch is at home, she birthed you. She's at home, she birthed you, or he's in the grave. Walk away. Anyway, as I was saying, that gentleman is who we should be listening to, as are you, Ryan. You live here. That is somebody who just makes noise. Makes noise. No noise. Walk away.
Real men just calm down. Real men calm down. So I can be clear here. I don't have a vested interest on either side. I am not interested in the politics of this. And I have an opinion. But what we're here for is because there's a lot of things.
Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Does it make it right to sit here and to tell an elderly man, though, not to disrespect you in that manner? It was a way that could have been handled like two men. Jesus. My father passed July 2023 from prostate cancer. I can't imagine anyone coming to my father, who was at the time 73 years old, and speaking like this to my father. That would be considered an elderly person, over 65, I guess, is what we start considering to be more elderly. Elderly, like, I guess. He was 73 now.
Things going wrong in Harvey, and unfortunately, the politics puts us and is trying to force us to pick a side. I'm not picking a side. I'm only gonna do what we think is best for the residents while we're here. I'm not here for nobody's politics. Right now, if y'all wanna know why I'm here, I'm simply here because we want to make sure this is
Okay. So it would not be good for residents to be arrested for clapping, to have their First Amendment rights infringed upon. That would be horrible for the residents. Be horrible for the residents to see an older woman be manhandled by 2 and 3 police officers while that little diva mayor sat there and did nothing to stop it. There could have been alternative options if there is some sort of violation of Robert Rules of Order. And the judge will ask the same thing. Was there no other options other than someone just flat out being manhandled and arrested? And her mother, who's an elderly woman, there had to have been another option. Could this mayor individual not have said, listen, don't go mad, y'all don't do all of that, y'all doing too much, please. I would rather her just step out, calm down. I will wait, give her 2 or 3 minutes, we can pause, and then she can come back in and finish participating in the meeting. Because he could have done that, and he didn't. He went to the most extreme measure possible. And once that's presented in court, I guarantee you, the judge will think twice about this. This is disgusting.
smooth process. But let's put it on the record. I spoke to both her and the mayor and asked both of them to de-escalate. Neither side was willing. So I stood up to the side and I let y'all do what y'all believe in. I'm telling nobody how to feel, nobody who to or who not to support. But while y'all sitting up here arguing, y'all got all, it looked like a desert in the city. And when I was a young child in Harvey, this wasn't like this.
Amen. We got to
agree,
and when whoever spoke,
the mayor and Coke. Agree, ma'am.
You spoke with those.
Hold on.
You said what?
Still have to go in order.
I agree, ma'am.
You spoke with those who don't. There are no one.
Who?
The people you said you spoke to the mayor and when whoever spoke.
The mayor and Coke.
Okay, we had a visitor today that came through the county. We investigating all of this. Okay, but it's like it's not what you do, it's how you do things. Okay, so all we got to do is just lay low. Everything is gonna be okay.
What you just saw was we getting disrespected by people's perceptions because I didn't come in here swing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, she understands, but it's irrelevant. There's no reason certain things just you won't even be able to explain this in court because the judge is gonna see. I know what I saw. It doesn't matter. They take the facts and the evidence and the law. They're gonna say, I know what I saw. I understand, but there's still a certain way this could have been tactfully done. Same thing she's saying. That's it. I mean, you're not even going to be able to get that explanation out in court unless the judge sits there and asks, why did you, say what you said and then point your finger at an elderly gentleman? But I don't think he's going to need further, whoever the judge is not going to need further explanation because they can see that for themselves. And they might not even, I didn't hear the gentleman say anything out of the way. He just made a comment. I don't know how it warranted that whole response. I didn't hear the gentleman say anything that was, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on.
I have talked to both sides.
Does this have to go
before a jury?
I don't know. It's all good. That was just. I don't want to know.
Okay, so he made a comment and he looks like he got upset about it, and it just got overly like that molehill becoming a mountain for no reason. Here's a moment where it could have just been a walk off. He made a comment. He has the right to make his comment. You responded. Okay, now you're going into this. That's what the judge is going to see. Why didn't you just walk away after that? Because the rest of this is unnecessary. The rest of this is unnecessary.
Mayor Colby! Mayor Colby! Mayor Colby! Mayor Colby! Mayor Colby!
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
That was just
How good. Okay, walk off. That at that moment, it should have been a walk off. I don't know you. It's all good. That should have ended. That's what the judge is going to say. You both said your piece. You said it's all good. Why didn't you walk away? The rest of that was simply unnecessary.
for that.
No, where's the mayor? Because we don't have a control.
I know that we would love to believe that, but I'm gonna tell you something that you all are getting grant money from the federal government. Focus on the politics. I want to figure out what's wrong that's hurting the people who live here and focus on that. And that alone.
We're not getting no reports. That's our problem. We don't know what's going on.
I think okay, that may be a problem, but y'all got a plethora more. I'm telling you, you got a plethora more.
But without the
let me tell you, let me tell you what like I said before, and this is what I'm standing on. You all are getting grant money from the federal government. And guess what? But the state of Illinois is taking 40% of y'all grant money before it ever hits this village.
That's wrong. You're right.
And guess what? Kobe nor the mayor is responsible for that.
No, where's the mayor? Because we don't have a control.
I know that we would love to believe that, but I'm gonna tell you something that you can easily research. I'm gonna tell you something that you can easily research, because one thing I'm not is a liar. Her name is Susanna Mendoza. That's who's responsible for that.
But see, I've been here since '95, sitting in front, so I know what's happening.
Okay.
So this is what we need, some report.
I don't think y'all hearing me. I'm not trying to.
Oh boy. Hold on. Because this can't be over what the job of a comptroller does. I fail to believe this is all about a comptroller. Who child? All right. Let me play this out a little bit more so I can have this context.
Tell y'all
we're not allowed.
If you support Kobe, support her all the way. If you support Clark, support them all the way. I don't care about them right now. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the things that got the city of Harvey looking the way it's looking. Y'all are getting federal funds. They're being taken from y'all from the state. Okay? That's all I just said. I didn't pick a side. Right now, guess what I'm finna go do? I'm finna fight like hell to make sure Kobe isn't in jail longer than she needs to be. I don't have no control over this. Okay. But there are people who want you to believe that just because you don't come in screaming and ranting and raving that you are against the people in some movement. How dare anybody say that to me? I've been doing this my whole life. But I talk to both of them, and I'm not afraid to say it on the record. I talk to both of them, and I'm not worried about how many cameras over there versus over here. I'm telling y'all, I talk to both. Do you want to see my call? Do you want to see my call log? I talk to Kobe. What does it take to de-escalate this? I talk to Clark. What does it take to de-escalate this? And you know what I found out? They both think they're right, and they both entrenched in their opinion. So I take my hands off, and I'm focusing on the people.
So we got from 2019.
So the people don't want the other woman in jail. I mean, it's that simple. They didn't want to see this. And it's like the 4th time she's gone to jail. How many times does she need to go to jail? Like, when do we call an abuse of law enforcement and abuse of the law what it is? That's what he's doing. That's not a misunderstanding. That's purposeful and intentional. This is insane. Oh, I'm missing a lot of comments, y'all. I'm sorry. You guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. This is for awareness, but I don't care what people call this. Content awareness, whatever. Hi, Annie Gant. How are you? Every time I put up comments, it does something with the video. I don't know why. You know, if I'm sad for her, it's acceptable. Exactly. It's ugh. I wasn't even watching and stuff like that when he had on Little Diva up there on his thing. I don't even know if I want to call that an interview. If I do, it's a softball interview he had. I just happened to go in the video because I saw him sitting there and I was like, oh, you're having people arrested for clapping. You understand it's a violation of the First Amendment? What are you doing? So, yeah, I would like to be able to get him that money back so I can just really have some peace about it. It sucks, but if that's what he measures support as, somebody giving him money, then he can get the money back that he gave to me and we can be even with it. It's a repeat pattern of behavior with him. That's what harassment and bullying and verbal abuse, those things are called, considered to be, it has to be a pattern of behavior. That's why I don't use those words frivolously. I don't call every little thing a bullying thing. If someone calls me the B word, a lot of times I see that as protected free speech. But if there's a bullying measure, and especially when you're throwing in defamation in on top of that, where you're making provable false statements, then it gets to a point where after an extended period of time, and I'm going on the legal definition of it, it has to be called out for what it is, because people are getting tired of this verbal abuse. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Hi, Shanita. I am really saddened. I really am saddened about all of this. I supported it, but not anymore. Pray nothing was said to Beth too. It's really like being in middle school and the Mean Girls table at lunch. Yeah, it's Mean Girls on steroids. I mean, I think she was booted out of INA, and they allowed her to get her refund back. But still, there's a way to handle it. The lashing out and all of this stuff, it's so bad. I'll say this. Part of one of the things I want to talk about with Black fatigue, it's not a matter of just race, it's also a matter of character. To me, I'm tired of educated Black men, as they call themselves, going hammer time on Black women, and then they get mad when Black women start to support other content creators that are non-Black. I have never heard Tommy G do any of this, and I continue to support Tommy G as a clipper. I have a second channel dedicated to just that. Never heard Brandon Buckingham do this. And I got permission for him to be able to clip his videos and content. And they have well over 1.3 or 1.5 million supporters each. They've also done content together. Never heard them do that. Never heard them get mad at Black women for reading a lawsuit. That's public information. I mean, why not have it sealed or redacted, at least, if you don't want it to be fully read? I don't get it. Who says I'm going to stop doing that? I'm not going to stop doing that. Yes, it was disgusting. She was kicked to the curb. It was crazy. I was like, God, this is gross. I know she had to feel really upset and hurt about that. It's just gross. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't have to do this because I don't want anyone else to feel they can't say something about this verbal abuse. I mean, how many women have endured this in the last year? My God. Too many people have endured this. It's just, hey, Model. It's so, the thing is, I'm not even like saddened. I'm disappointed. I'm sorely disappointed. And there are women whom I'm sure, I hope he loves and cares for, that surround him and protect him. but would never ever want them to be subjected to any level of abuse. We all fought for justice for Fania Dukes with her essay allegations. Abuse is abuse. It comes in many forms. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. It should be called out either way. It needs to be stopped. It's getting reckless and dangerous. 2 people have lost their lives to some YouTube beef. 2 people. And that YouTube beef went on and on and on. This isn't beef with me and this person. This is educational and helping you all understand. This happened to me multiple times. Multiple times. But the way I handle it is I'm not going to just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth if it's not worth it. Because it would have been exhausting. And that's not what this channel is going towards. Just a little educational information here. Controller versus comptroller. And the difference is a comptroller is a high-level executive who oversees accounting tasks. I'm going to make sure you guys can see this. Hold on. Okay. Comptroller is a high-level executive who oversees accounting tasks and financial reporting in the public sector for governmental or for nonprofit organizations. They're equivalent to a CFO and usually senior over controller positions. Government comptrollers typically report to the comptroller general. Comptrollers are responsible for the accounting and accuracy of AR, payroll, loan transactions, chart of accounts, and the GL, general ledger. So, loan transactions, right? Harvey has a loan debt that they're paying on. And let's say Harvey receives $60 million and they have a loan debt for $40 million. The comptroller will take that $40 million because they process loan transactions and then send Harvey the rest, which would be 20. It seems as if Susan Mendoza is doing her job as a comptroller that oversees loan transactions. So she's simply taking the money that Harvey has to pay towards a loan debt and not stealing it. You can't say someone's stealing some when they're doing their job and doing exactly what they should be doing. As processing loan transactions is part of the job. They oversee audits, manage investments, they develop financial policies and procedures, ensure financial transparency. They manage cash flow. So it's like a mini bank. Provide financial analysis and reporting, financial forecasting, managing payroll. So that they have the ability to say, all right, if these 2 cities owe X amount of dollars in loans or debts to the state, we're going to make sure that comes out before they get whatever grant money they've just been awarded. I don't know all about the finances of Harvey, but correct me if I'm wrong here. Isn't that what's happening with the comptroller? They owe some money, and now they're taking the money out of whatever grant or contract they're awarded. Isn't that how that works? I don't know who's here that's reporting on that, but isn't that what's going on? I would have to ask Foxy, because I think Foxy did clarify that too. That's what's happening with the comptroller. They're simply taking the money, whatever grant, whatever awards, whatever money that Harvey has been awarded. The comptroller is taking whatever is owed in the loan or the debt that they owe, taking that out first because they have the authority to do it as part of their job duty. And then Harvey is receiving the rest. So if this little Mayor Diva up there can't figure out that that's how that works, Hey, Foxy, isn't the comptroller taking out processing loans from Harvey? That's what we're reading here. What a comptroller does. Nita said, I'm 73. I don't like drama. LLC is educational and researchers. Sometimes makes us laugh, and that's why I follow this channel. Thank you so much. That's what I try to do here, even with something like this. I mean, some people could just Google what a comptroller does, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just looking it up so that no one's, confused on it. Here's what they do. They process loan transactions. And then if I'm not fully aware, yes, they are. Good, cool. I go to the ones who are. Thank you so much for joining in, Foxy. I appreciate it. It's just we must address all of the abuse and not just one person. I support many channels, including yours, and have the women do the abusing too. It's not right for anyone to disrespect each other. I understand. I understand. I do understand that. I just want to make sure that we define abuse, which I'm going to do, to be accurate, because I'm not here to infringe on free speech. It doesn't mean that you should not express your concerns to elected officials. But the law does kind of distinguish and lay some parameters on what that is. That's why I don't use that frivolously. That's why I don't consider every little thing, to be. Thank you, Shanita. Oh, thank you for becoming a member. You're awesome. Rockstar. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's an honor. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's why I'm not quick to say that. I believe that, you have the right to voice your concerns and, grief and critique against elected officials. But let's see, I'm gonna show you guys the verbal abuse. All right. So verywellmind.com addresses what to do about verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is a type of emotional abuse. Is when someone uses their words to assault, dominate, ridicule, manipulate, and or degrade another person and negatively impact that person's psychological health. Verbal abuse is a means of controlling and maintaining power over another person. Let's see. It can occur in any type of relationship. Here's some signs here. Verbal abuse involves using words to name call, bully, demean, frighten, intimidate, or control another person. This can include overt verbal abuse, such as yelling, screaming, or swearing. So I said I had to calm down on it. But at least I'm making strides towards it. I try my best. How many words have I used here? Maybe twice. Said profanity twice. I'm trying, y'all. We getting there. Let's see. Such behaviors are attempts to gain power, and the goal is to control and intimidate you into submission. Yeah, it's very intimidating and threatening when there's a whole cyber mob that's going to go out and cyber stalk channels to get information to use against them to, I don't know, what? Docs? How does that go? Lord have mercy. Doxing is illegal. I mean, it just is. Verbal abuse can also be much more subtle. Victims of verbal abuse often question whether or not they are experiencing is truly abusive. They also wonder whether or not it is a big deal. And depending on how much they've been threatened and intimidated, they probably know that they're being verbally abused and they are afraid to speak out because they don't want the cyber stalkers coming in and just, doxing them everywhere or going hammer time in the comments. That's the backlash of it, is what people fear. Some signs that you are experiencing verbal abuse include you are afraid of your abuser. You feel like you have to walk on eggshells around the person. Feel like you cannot share things about yourself with them for fear that they will mock or ridicule you, or dogs. You're afraid to go out in public with them because of what they will say in front of you. This is stuff for people in person. This is most of us experiencing this online. You feel threatened. Yeah. You feel as if you're constantly being put down about how you look, think, act, dress, or talk. You feel inferior or ashamed about who you are. They yell at you, but then suggest that you are overly sensitive and that you don't have a sense of humor. So they minimize the situation. You get a lot of minimization here. And I'll go down some a little bit so you can see. It's part of like the manipulation and minimizing what's going on. And it's crazy. You can minimize this. This is why I said I don't expect an apology. Not at this juncture. I think that would be too much like right. Too much pride and ego in the way as well. So I don't expect an apology. I've tried the route of going to someone in private. Doesn't work. They don't respond to emails. It doesn't matter. I even called in. I'll pull that up. Ugh. All right. So verbal abuse can take many forms. I just want to kind of go over. You guys can read this on your own time. Verywellmind.com. It's a good website here. And it's just kind of breaking down verbal abuse in many aspects, just to kind of know what to look out for. Blaming, being condescending, while often disguised as humor, sarcastic comments that are intended to belittle and demean the other person can be a form of verbal abuse. So when you're being condescending or condescension, blaming, this type involves making the victim believe they are responsible for the abusive behavior. All right, so you brought this on yourself. Jesus. Criticism. This involves harsh and persistent remarks that are not meant to make the person feel bad about themselves and are meant to make the person feel bad about themselves and are not constructive but deliberate and hurtful. Criticism can be painful in public or private, particularly if the person is simply being mean and has no intention of being constructive. Gaslighting. This is a type of insidious and sometimes covert emotional abuse where the abuser makes the target question their judgments and reality. Yeah, because in this reality here on earth, we all know what's going on. We get it. It's the insults of having us think that somehow we did not witness what we just witnessed. No, what you just saw was this. No, we still choose to be in this reality and the devil is a lie. What are you doing? Humiliation. You're insulted by in public, by a peer or a friend, a family member, partner, whatever, especially sitting next to a mayor. Judging. So, of course, looking down on others, not accepting them for who they are. Manipulation. Using words to manipulate and to control the person is also a type of verbal abuse. This can include making statements like, if you really love me, you wouldn't talk to the other person about our relationship. If you really supported me, you would give me a lot of money. If you really supported me, you wouldn't go over there to that channel. If you really supported me, you wouldn't say this, that, and the third, even though you can go and express your free speech. I don't care. Are we understanding that now? Name calling, ridicule, threats, withholding, threats. This involves statements meant to frighten, control, and manipulate the victim into compliance. Saying that you're sending out the cyber team to do cyber stalking. It's a threat and illegal. But if they do it, they're going to do it. They're just going to leave digital footprints everywhere they go. You have no idea what people are going through when it comes down to this whole idea of verbal abuse and all this other stuff. You have no idea if you're pushing someone over the edge, if someone's already feeling sad or upset, they already have a lot going on. You have no idea what that's doing to them. And then you add on something like this over YouTube. YouTube. You guys know how many people are on YouTube? Billions around the world. Billions of people around the world are on YouTube. This is ridiculous. So I'm going to pull up the video where I called in trying to get an understanding of why I kept getting called out. And my son was listening. It was still annoying. My son understanding the art of bullying. Asking me if I'm being bullied. Who child? When it comes to my kids, I don't play that. I don't play that. He'll have no fury like a woman scorned. Yeah, no, you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. That will be manifested single-handedly. So I'm gonna play this video where I called in for people who keep saying, why don't you try to talk to that person? All this stuff. I did. If I'm being called out on a show and I've tried to, and I didn't even know that this was the issue, and it's still going on and on and on and on and on. You have to ask yourself, at what point I'm not gonna sit here and keep trying to cater and coddle to this grown individual when they continue to go to social media to do this public shaming thing and call out and all this other nonsense without even having reached out to talk to me. See, the same comments, the same things that people were saying to me, why weren't they being said to this individual? It's because you're afraid. Why wasn't that energy being directed to that person? You're afraid to say the same thing to that individual that you said to me about trying to be adults about this? You understand what verbal abuse is? Hopefully we all have a better understanding of it now, right? Hopefully we have a better understanding. Because I looked up information. I didn't come up with this stuff off the top of my head. No one wants to have to do this. But for the sake of someone else who may not be able to handle this type of verbal abuse, something has to be said. Because the next person may end up hurting themselves or doing something to themselves because of this public shaming and humiliation and embarrassment and the verbal abuse that goes on and on and on and on and on and on, unchecked and supported by other women who could simply be next. That's what it's coming down to. It's just absurd. So reserve the comments for me, because I've tried to email. The first time my name was called and I was getting a side eye, whatever that means. Second time my name was called. What is she talking about? When someone else called me out on his channel over something stupid. And then the third time now with the presence of a mayor. It was intentional when you do it twice. You know I'm making a mistake. Let me stop. I'm going to reach out to you. Let me just stop. I apologize. This is not how I want to do this. I'm going to make sure I reach out to you. My apologies to you on that. Let's continue to go. And that's it. Whatever you were upset about. That's how you handle it. Or else are we going to continue to be hypocritical to the Bible, where the Bible actually says that if you have an alt with your brother and you go to them. I've tried to do that. It doesn't work. But this should not have happened either. Time and time and time and time again. Why would I have these videos stricken down? Wouldn't do me any good. For what? Not going to do that at all. Nope. I don't want any video stricken down. I don't want it taken down. Do not strike any of these videos. That's an endless war. It makes no sense and it doesn't help. Keep it up. Keep the videos posted. This is insanity and madness.
If I died tomorrow, I'd have.
On to the water bill for the church. I'm not getting off ahead till I get to this person. So I need this person to get on. Once I get this person, I'm
34th would be there with, but I'm telling you, somebody said what?
I want it.
But if no bother that email right here.
I don't think this is
I'm gonna post.
Hold on. Oh, trust me, I don't want to have to do this fishing through this thing. I got sick of it.
That. But this is what I want to say to you, because it was in my mind, it was messy, and so
that whatever that was, and I don't know where they're going, and I
don't care about anybody else that called in.
So I'm not gonna let
the contributions that you
okay
for the people. For the people, okay?
I'm trying.
Just know that.
I'm trying. Thank you so much.
All right, God bless you.
Bless you too.
Yes, sir. God for the people, okay?
Lady Luck, welcome to the show.
Trying. Thank you so much.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so I don't want to go back and forth with this because I think that at the end of the day, the focus should be on what your endeavors are and the people in Harvey. I want to be clear on this. I did a video. I pulled up the comments that I left on your video, which was approximately 8 or 9 days ago. I did see the video your mother prayed, and I enjoyed it. I also left a comment referring to the comments that was going in your live stream. People were asking about the price of the venue and how much it costs if you could contact them. That was the comment, the primary bulk of that comment. The remaining part of it was just some wisdom and advice and suggestions for you, not to sit here and accuse you of not being transparent about anything regarding your finances. I have never questioned your finances or any finances dealing with INA, and you know that. I even stated in the beginning of my video, where I did speak on that I have seen you contribute. I have seen you give out money. I have been a witness. I have been a recipient of that. You gave me $225 when we went to Chipotle. Now, if you want, I can give you that money back because Lord knows I don't want you to ever think that I'm not appreciative of any financial contributions that you have given to me personally. So I will give you that money back. But I have contributed to your channel, not always financially or monetarily. You must understand that everybody's not in your situation or your position, Jedediah. I am a mother of 2, a single parent with a household and kids and a job, a regular job. I still have to work and bills. I cannot always financially sponsor every content creator, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to or that my heart is not there. So I want to be clear on that. My comment was not to sit and attack you. The wisdom that I left to you was based on an observation when it came to your mother. I said,
and this is the thing that bothers me. Even after having said that, their comments still being made as if I'm worried about something finances with I don't even know what INA is, and I don't care. I don't care. I never did care what it was. Whatever it is, I never cared about your finances. I have the comment. And I made sure to record it in a video just in case it got deleted. And I know exactly what I said. And it had nothing to do with INA finances. As opposed to the cyber stalkers going out and watching everybody's videos, why don't they go out and help to establish some sort of sponsorship with some companies so you can elevate whatever you're doing? But no, that was taken out of context to somehow be reduced down to a level where I only care about INA finances. INA's finances have nothing to do with me and my household. When I paid my rent, I did not need INA finances to do it. That is how insignificant it is to me. And it shall be insignificant forevermore. So what I'm saying here is heartfelt, and to clear it up for those who said to talk to him, because he wouldn't talk to me any other manner but this manner. So this is the only way I could actually get a response, and I had to send my kids to their room and call in to say this. And then the sound gets weird, ironically.
I discerned that she was not comfortable about you asking about any contributions after the press session that occurred. And you even stated that in your video. But that's not an attack.
That's an observation.
My thoughts on what happened. And the rest of the comments was about wisdom. You stated you're president of INA. I'm stating to you, think business-minded. Get corporate sponsors. I literally blessed today to be sponsored now by Red Bull. Thinking help you get in the extra resources you need and to maybe alleviate some of the burden from your supporters here. Not that they're draining.
It's not that they're draining or anything. My whole point was, think bigger and think business-minded. If you're whatever this is, if you're trying to be the president of it, you want to have some sort of network established to where it includes some sort of financial revenue. That way, it's not always just solely coming from your supporters. Because if you're not going to these places to advocate, you need other sources of income. So that was just wisdom. Now, I'm not going to limit myself in a box, which is why I thank God to have the opportunity to be a Tommy G Clipper, because that is going to bring in extra financial incentives. Lord, we thank you. He did not have to give anybody an opportunity to do that. Tommy G is a huge YouTuber. He went to Dalton twice. Those videos have millions of views. But he has given some of us YouTubers the opportunity to have greater financial incentives. Those are the type of connections that if I'm sitting here seeing others that are claiming to want to do the right thing, that I would hope you would think business-minded, think like-minded, to want to achieve a little bit more and think out the box. That's all that was. Nope. Got castrated because he doesn't need your help. Oh, okay. He doesn't have to take it. That was advice. That was wisdom. He could easily say, don't need it. Thank you. Okay. How does it still somehow play into some false narrative about me caring about somebody's finances? When it's not about your finances, it was advice to help you gain more income. If I cared, when you think I would be like sitting here trying to tell him how to actually spend more as opposed to earn more? I'm just saying. Make that make sense.
Not that they're seeking any sort of, payback or recognition from donating to you, but to expand your mind on the flow of the resources that you can have potentially come to your channel to help you with your endeavors. I've never knocked anything you're doing, but there are other ways to support you as well. And it might not be in the form of someone putting some money in your hand. It could be by posting information on my platform to help bring awareness to what you're doing on yours. You are fully aware of that. Sit here and to be that I can listen. You can call me every name in the book except the child of God. No bearing on commentary, the feelings, or anything.
So
my commentary, my videos and content, I speak the truth. I read information and I say I'm giving my commentary on this. I understand people will not always agree.
I'm gonna do 1,000 sit-ups every day for 1 month.
So that's when the sound starts going in and out, and it was very
to leave a comment. I have to at first understand that the way I read it and perceive it might not be the way that the person meant for that message to be passed on.
But if that happens, you reach out to me because you're the one that has the problem with the comment that I left. This happened with another YouTuber. And as opposed to just, let's talk it out and see, how did you mean this? And I gave an example that they didn't fully read and understand how it applied to the comment itself. I wasn't calling that individual anything. But I don't believe that you cannot associate yourself with someone that's going out murdering people and then not think that people are supposed to look at you as if you're encouraging the murder. Does that make sense? Who affiliates and aligns themselves with someone that are doing horrible, horrendous things? But then when you being the one choosing to affiliate yourself with that person are called the same things that this person that's actually doing the horrendous things, you're called the same thing that they're being called because you choose to align yourself with them or affiliate yourself with them or to defend them in any manner. There's a way to be neutral. If that's something that's not able to be done, tactfully, then maybe read up on how to be neutral and impartial. Because that's a way to do that and a way to maintain a neutral stance. But if you're not good at doing that, if you're not able to do that, then be honest about it and be for real. But that situation was addressed and handled. Whether it keeps coming up or not, I don't care. Because I addressed it and handled it. This situation was something that was a comment set on a video for over a week. And not one time did he reach out to me. I feel some type of way about this comment here. What are you trying to say? No. But you want to say you're not doing things for content, and this seems to be for content. This isn't getting to the bottom of anything. And anytime statements that are provably false are said in a manner to which you're trying to attack someone's character, it is defamation at its face value, based on the literal definition of that term. Someone giving their opinion is one thing. But when you're saying I said this and I said that in a comment that was not even said, the words won't even be found in the comment. Those are provable false statements. So I caution you on that.
Have I questioned you on that? Never have I came to you and said, why are you raising money like this? That's not even what my comments said. Word for word, if you read it. I said what I meant.
Exactly.
One clarification,
Word
if you
for
were
word.
confused about it, you have my phone number. You have my email. I didn't know you were offended. I know.
I'm offended.
Call you.
So let me say,
Contact me.
No matter, I
If I
don't
may.
care whoever
If I
that
may.
was. Obviously,
When
someone
somebody-
else was listening. I don't care if you were offended. When you can't even point out the offense, and whoever that person is never tried to reach out to me in an email to say, here's why I was offended. Read the comment. You were offended at someone asking about how much does it cost? Several commenters in that live stream asked the same thing. None of them took time to watch that live stream and to do a replay on the live comments to see how many people were asking how much this venue going to cost. Wouldn't you think he would just go after all the people that asked about it? Because you are seeing the comments. You've made that very clear. So you can't lie about that again. So what was the offense here? Me saying, I don't know if you saw the comments. Many people were asking about how much is the venue? What type of venue are you needing? Give me a call. I mean, that was flowing through the chat. I wasn't in the chat. I just left a comment on the video once the live stream was done. And if you're having to raise funds like this over and over again, perhaps, yes, widening your horizon. If you're a content creator, because he's not going to do this, but if you're a content creator in general, a good way to do that is to partner up and get sponsors. Reach out to some brand content creators, brand content managers at different companies and organizations, and they will pay you, provide you with samples of the products in exchange for you putting up videos and, basically allowing that brand to be a part of advertisement in your content you create. It's not that difficult. Just even networking with other larger YouTube platforms like Tommy G and Brandy Buckingham for me was just a blessing in and of itself because it's the same concept. I clip their content on my second channel, Tommy G Raw and Real, and post that up. Not only does it help the growth of the channel, and it's already monetized. Well, it's almost monetized because when you're not on your YouTube channel for a while, it becomes demonetized after a while, and then you got to work back up to it. But it's almost monetized again. Plus the financial incentives with Tommy G. So it's beneficial to both parties. And Tommy G is a fantastic content creator. I wouldn't be doing this for somebody I don't even know. I know his work. That to me is the opportunities that are available. But anyone can go read the comment if it's still there. I mean, good grief. I would say that whatever the offense is could be to just sheer ignorance or having not even read the full comment.
Gives you, and this is just me now saying about the word wisdom. When somebody gives you the credence of being a counterpart or a collaborator, somebody with a voice, when they do that, you got to be very careful about how you communicate. I don't know if you would agree with that, but this is what I want to say to you. Because I do know how things are misinterpreted. I watch a lot of stuff, or I get sent a lot of stuff. But when it comes to me wanting to give wisdom to people who I'm trying to help, I don't just put it in the public space. I also call them personally or text them personally, which you have not done.
Yes, I did. I did it the first time he called me out and said he was giving me the side eye over another content creator. Yes, I did. So that is false. I actually have the emails that were sent. That's false. It's in my sent folder. Several emails. But how I don't reach out to someone and leave a comment on that, knowing that I've tried to email before and that didn't work. Text messages don't always get a response or a reply like that. And if you're the one offended by it, if you have the alt with me, doesn't the Bible say you reach out to me? I didn't have an alt. That was more like a heads up and some suggestions or some wisdom. That's it. It would even matter if it came from someone else, the same comment. I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think the response would have been the way it is if it was anyone else posting that same comment. That's what's so confusing about this. You would not have had the same reaction to it. You willing to call me out like that in front of a mayor? No, sir. Inexcusable.
At all. You have my personal cell phone number.
I will do that.
So I want to be just clear here.
I didn't know you were going to take that.
I just want to be here clear here because we're talking about a word such as wisdom. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. Knowledge is when people know stuff, but if they don't apply it right, then it's not wise. And so when you say, and you were giving me wisdom, imagine my perspective of being a man who fighting everything that I'm fighting, and no disrespect to you, but I don't know if you've ever been in the seat of an advocate on the level that I have to deal with all the guns pointed at me. But when you're sitting,
I never said it I was, instead of never said it I wanted to be. Independent journalist. God did not allow me to have this channel started with no purpose. Independent journalism. That's it. So I know exactly where this is going and where God is taking this platform. Verbal abuse must be called out. And when I tried to call in, someone else is listening, saying they're offended. This is the nonsense that you're feeding into and you're giving energy to. Because this could have been a situation where he could have contacted me. What makes him beyond reproach? I don't understand. He's too good to call me and contact me, but I'm the one that has to do the initiating of communication. Why? He was offended about a comment I left that anyone could have left. And I never even mentioned anything about INA's finances or asked him about it. Never cared. Never cared. Never cared. So all of that is false.
there.
No, I'm not an advocate.
But
We're all different.
if I may, if I'm literally with everything on the line, ma'am, doing my best to present something, then if the person who I acknowledge as a counterpart or as a collaborator is in the comments consistently casting disparaging comments that cast doubt on my movement, and there's never no direct communication of so-called wisdom, after a while it can no longer be misinterpreted. It
When
looks
is
like an
that?
agenda.
No,
Are you sitting around Googling?
that would imply that I'm caring too much to even create one. That could care less.
That's conclusively, but
that's false. One comment. One. I did one. After having not watched any of his stuff for weeks and had already unsubbed. One comment. And then hopped on the stream when I saw Lil Diva. Judge will not say anything in regards to any of this. Who said they would? He will say, get this irrelevant ass out of my sight. Who said that they would? Wrecking Ball. I don't understand. I'm confused with what you're saying. Maybe I'm missing some comments or something. What does this mean? This is ridiculous. R2 said, man, F this dude. I'm over it. I need to take a mental health break. I understand. What judge? I want to understand your comment, Wrecking Ball. This is what I've been going through for however long. This is the strides that I did take to try to resolve. But this wasn't the first, second, or third time I had been called out. This video here, you called me out again for the fourth time after having that interview with that Lil Diva mayor. So this is what I've been going through. You guys can imagine this. How much do you expect people to take in silence? How much do you expect people to take in silence? Like how is verbal abuse okay? But we want justice for those who have strong allegations of essay. Abuse is abuse, is it not? This is how much I've taken in silence. You guys can watch the other two videos where he called me out the first two times. The first time about the side eye, again over someone else calling me out on his thing. It's ridiculous. How much is a person supposed to reasonably take? I'm trying to understand. There's a grown man here. I had to send my children to their room just to have this call and this conversation where it's still a minimization of how I feel. He didn't mention anything about having called me out and I guess what was supposed to be public shaming or some sort in front of a mayor. Didn't say anything about that. And I'm not trying to compare this issue to Fania. I'm not, but I'm just saying abuse is abuse. And I've heard and experienced this, been called out 3, 4, 5 times by the same person on his platform. He gets rooted on for that. He gets cheered. He gets encouraged by other women that then realize, oh, they're up next. And then they got booted. Beth got booted out. was given a refund, all because she disagreed. I don't understand. No one has an opinion over there? And Beth has supported this person. It's sad. It's so sad. This is so disgusting. Beth has supported this person financially. I think I've only given $15 the entire time. I have to be led to do that, and I wasn't. And I sensed it. And if that's what this is all about, it's, oh, well, you haven't given any money. Okay, that's not a false statement. I don't give you any money. I may have given $10 or $15 total, but do I owe you that? The arrogance of it is what's baffling to me. Do I owe you that? And the one who does, Beth, who does give you a substantial amount of money that has gone to Dalton and marched with you down to the governor's home, who was there in person with you. You still kicked her out of INA and gave her a refund? Are you kidding me? All because she said you should come to Harvey. You still kicked her out. So the idea of giving him money, being in person where he is still irrelevant. Because if you say one thing he doesn't like, he's going to kick you out, preferably offer you your refund back, and then, I love you, gotta go. That's not even showing love to someone that has supported you by your side for months. And I mean hardcore, die hard. And she got kicked out for a comment. So I'm not worried about whether I followed him all over the map. That's not my job here on earth. You're diminishing God's purpose for me on earth here in my life by saying that it's supposed to be following you. No, it's not. The devil is a liar, and so are you if you think that. But what about Beth, who actually took time to support you in person and gave you a bunch of money and supported you? However, and you booted her out because she said you should come to Harvey. My God, that could have been a conversation you had with her on the side. Beth, I understand. I would love to be in Harvey. The issue is with travel and funds right now. I will try to get back there as soon as I can. That's what I can do for right now. I hope you understand. I'm sure that would have ended. Just the way in you saying things. You understand you have an impact. You have a lot of people over there that follow you and they hang on every word you say. But you handle this so recklessly. It's reckless. And you get upset when people call you out on it. It makes no sense. Because you keep doing it to others. And the number of women seems to be greater than the number of men. And it's lining up.
I'm giving you the understanding. That doesn't mean that I'm conclusively saying to you that there's an agenda, but I'm gonna say this. The reason why you have my personal number is because wisdom will sometimes make a phone call. I would never, if I'm gonna be supportive of you, I'm never going to put you in a place where I pierce your armor in public. Just to prove to you that
piercing of an armor. For a comment about, did you see the comments where people were asking about a venue and how much it costs? I don't know. So were they piercing the armor? How does this go with the piercing of the armor?
There's a breach.
Well, I didn't intend on piercing your armor, Jedediah. I think that's the problem. The comment was taken out of context, and I was not trying to do that. So I can't change your perception of how you digested the comment. I was surprised that it was still there if you were offended and upset about it.
I think you missed what I just said. I think you missed it. You missed it. I did not misjudge the comment. The comments. It has been consistent. It has been literally.
I don't know what other comments are you saying, but whatever.
What is that loud stuff in the background? Is that? I think that's somebody
Oh, we
else. Hold
see
on.
other people on the call too, because reasons. But
1 second. Let me look at this. Can you mute?
Hello.
Okay, there's somebody else on here. Can you mute that, please? I'm not. I see the other people. I know y'all was still on there, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is that the comments. But this is what I'm going to say to you: that you can't give me back the 250 because it came from the public for the calls. I don't care.
No, you're gonna get this 225, and you can have that back.
About that, I don't even need. I forgot all about that. This is what I'm trying to tell you. But when I met you, you presented somebody who literally, genuinely had an interest and a desire, and I took you for that. So in other words, I don't have a problem with you. But I'm gonna tell you this: if I feel like I need to tag people, I tag them. And that's why I tell, don't get close to me, because the closer you are, the more I tag you. So I felt offense, but I'm not locked in, and I'm gonna now see if we can have a better operation. But because I'm not against you. But but I can't be in warfare in every arena, especially with people who should know. If you're not an advocate, but you are a communicator, so I would have expected you to have known that could be offensive.
No, I would not, because I'm not a mind reader. What might be offensive to someone else might not be offensive to me. You understand? Like, I had to pull up the legal a court case with regards to the concept of the B word. So even when I'm called the B word, which I have been by other content creators, men at that, so funny, men, I didn't get offended at that. I got offended at the defamation. I got offended at slander, being falsely accused of not having my children. I got offended at that, not the B word. I consider that free speech, because if I can't do it with one, then I can't do it with the other. So when he used the B word against that little girl, the former mayor, I pulled up case law and said, this is free speech. So when the other so-called educated black man said that about me, I didn't make a difference with that. But I'm not a mind reader. So it depends on what the person perceives to be as an insult. That's why you have an alt with your brother and you go to them. I didn't have the alt.
At some point.
I didn't, but I apologize, and it's hard. If you want, I will remove the comment. Ensure
I didn't remove it.
That I just text you or email you about it. But the comment was not stated to pierce you or hurt you or offend you or insult you. I have never left comments to do that. So for this to be the first time,
Were you recently injured in a
It's a headache.
can genuinely say a comment has been taken that way goes to show that it's never been done before. So why is it that you would not, at least if you felt offense, I would have liked for you to come to me. Like the Bible says, if you have an alt with your brother, you go to them. I didn't have an alt with you. I didn't have any issue.
Yeah, no, because no one weaponizes scriptures and bends it to that point, and, to fit their narrative. No, that never happens.
Issues with you, but if you perceive that comment to be an issue where you felt insulted and you had an alt with me, I would have you could have reached out to me. It's all I'm saying. Like moving forward, I will not leave any comments on your videos. I won't send anything. And if I want to talk to you about something or just bring something to your attention, as you know I have done before, because I've sent text messages before, I will do that again. I just simply left the comments because of what was going on in the live stream about that particular venue. Bless God, you have it for free. That was all that I was trying to bring to your attention. It was not to insult you or offend you or any of that. And I think that's the problem when these things get out onto a platform like this. So many people take that and they run with it, and it takes away the opportunity for us to be able.
Chris Pope, you both need to stop and understand that you're in both different lanes. I did stop. I stopped 2 months ago. I stopped watching. I had already unsubbed and everything. This is the 4th or 5th time you called me out. As I've asked, how many more times does this need to happen? That LLC is wisdom. And I appreciate it. I actually did that. You be you, leave him to be. I did that. And then I still got called out because of a comment that he stewed over for over a week and waited until I'm participating in comments while he's talking to a mayor who has people locked up for clapping. You both need to apologize. I'm sorry, did you not hear me say that here? I know I didn't owe him one. Let me play it for you again, Chris Pope, so you can hear it.
I have never left comments to do that. So for this to be the first time that you can genuinely say a comment has been taken.
I forgot all about that. This is what I'm trying to tell you. But when I met you, you presented somebody who literally genuinely had an interest and a desire, and I took you for that. So in other words, I don't have a problem with you, but I'm gonna tell you this. If I feel like I need to tag people, I tag them. And that's why I tell, don't get close to me, because the closer you are, the more I tag you. So I felt offense, but I'm not locked in. And I'm gonna now see if we can have a better operation. But because I'm not against you. But but I can't be in warfare in every arena, especially with people who should know. If you're not an advocate, but you are a communicator. So I would have expected you to have known that that could be offensive at some point.
I didn't, but I apologize, and I it was hard, you know, if you want.
You just heard that, Chris Pope. So that's for Chris Pope. I just apologize. No. If that's happening, then I asked them on what day we did the video about Vegas and the cyberbullying harassment Friday. I say don't. Y'all don't do it. Don't go over there and don't do any of that. Because these comments like this is why. But I want you, Chris, Chip Pope, go over there and tell him that as well. See how that goes. I'm not going to remove your comment. I'm going to leave it here. But I want you to make sure that you say the same thing to him. Because it's the only fair thing to do. I will not put up with verbal abuse. I'm just not going to do it. And this pattern of behavior was happening excessively somehow, and that's him minimizing this and how I feel about it. I mean, I don't expect him to care, but I don't expect anyone to come backlashing at me when I'm calling it out for what it is, because it keeps happening to others. And you're not telling that to him to stop. So go tell him that as well. But do understand, I have told everyone on Friday, if you guys see this, the comments and the topic of the conversation shifting, stop commenting. Don't comment. Glad, yeah, I because it's just a burden on my shoulder right now. It's $225. I you know, I would prefer to give it to them all at once, but it might be something I have to break up over time because I have a real life going on here. So it is what it is. No, don't. I hit the cash up. No. Please don't do that. Oh man. There is no both sides. That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, I don't call him out like this. This is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever done this to him. I've never called him out on this. So when people are saying this about, well, y'all have to do this on both sides. No. I've never called him out like this. Never. It's not even a calling out. It's a matter of, and I pulled up what verbal abuse is. No one's opinions or feelings or thoughts should be threatened or intimidated down to the point where it's minimalized because one person feels a certain way over the other. I haven't booted anyone out that's given any comment, whether it's been favorable towards me or him. I haven't booted it out. And I accept wisdom. I do. So the only thing I can ask is that my supporters here, you guys continue to support them. If you're going to support them, support them. You're going to do it either way. I'm not here to stop that either way. I don't infringe upon free will. That's infringement upon free will. No one should be doing that. That's not a matter of trusting me or loyal to me. That is absolutely a matter of free will. You have the right to go and support any YouTuber, content creator, independent journalist, whatever they want to call themselves. You have the right to do it. The absolute right to support them. And I want you all to be reassured on that. You have the right to do that. So if you are supportive of this individual, continue to support him. If you have given him money and donated, continue to do so if that's what you're led to do. Because this isn't a matter of just calling and bashing out. This is what I have experienced and endured. And I'm seeing this still going on with other women. And it's just high time for it to stop. Bottom line, no one wants their mother, their sisters, their wives, an aunt or a niece, or any female, any woman you love in your family or your friends to be subjected to this. My children are asking me, am I being bullied? Is a problem for me. When I didn't even ask that of myself. But my 12-year-old had enough wherewithal to ask that question. Period. That to me is an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener. When my 12-year-old understands what bullying sounds like. Oh, I do understand. It's gonna hurt a little bit financially. But I feel that God is going to bless me greater than that in the back end. It's going to just be some release and peace off of me. And maybe that's what God is leading me to do. That's how I feel. Sometimes I get it wrong. We don't always hit the mark. Sometimes we miss it. But so far, that's kind of what's laid on my shoulders heavily, to just give the money back. And that way, it can be even. I don't know or care. And it maybe go towards someone else that could be helped over there. I don't know. But the last thing I need is for this to be something that's way heavy on me. And certainly if it might be a reason why this individual feels the need to have to continuously be disrespectful like this, no. I don't want to keep the money. I'd be more at peace if I gave it back. So that's kind of where we are with that. But I did want to play the part of the apology.
I will remove the comment and ensure moving forward that I just text you or email you about it. But the comment was not stated to pierce you or hurt you or offend you or insult you. I have never left comments to do that. So for this to be the first time that you can genuinely say a comment has been taken that way goes to show that it's never been done before. So why is it that you would not, at least if you felt offense, I would have liked for you to come to me. Like the Bible says, if you have an ought with your brother, you go to them. I didn't have an ought with you. I didn't have any issues with you. But if you perceived that comment to be an issue where you felt insulted and you had an ought with me, I would have you could have reached out to me. It's all I'm saying. But moving forward, I will not leave any comments on your videos. I won't send anything. And if I want to talk to you about something or just bring something to your attention, as you know I have done before, because you know I've sent text messages before, I will do that again.
Exactly.
I just simply left the comment because of what was going on in the live stream about that particular venue. Bless God, you have it for free. That was all that I was trying to bring to your attention. It was not to insult you or offend you or any of that. And I think that's the problem when these things get out onto a platform like this. So many people take that and they run with it. And it takes away the opportunity for us to be able to discuss this and to try to reach some sort of amicable agreement and understanding here. I don't have an agenda. I've had my YouTube channel for 4 years. I've done more than reported and research or anything going on in government.
Yeah, and it just kind of get muddled from there. So that's that. Hey. So as you all can see in here, there was an apology given on any misunderstanding, but not on what I said because it was not to be offensive. Captain Harvey don't condone anyone who disrespects women, seniors, or disabled people. Screw him and keep the money because it was a gift. It's just, oh man. It's just like this has happened to me so many times. It's so annoying. Then I'm seeing it happening to others, and some to even a more severe form. And God knows how they may have felt. Poor Beth. I mean, listen, I do believe in giving others grace. This is why I'm just not playing all this stuff and checking it out. Some of this stuff I haven't even seen because I was avoiding it because I didn't want to have a headache. But some of this stuff I hadn't even seen just to avoid it. But it gets to a point where I'm seeing this happening to others, being that was like 4th, 5th time I had been called out. No, it has to stop. No one should be okay with this. No one should be condoning this, especially if you profess to be a Christian. It has to stop. We all get to a point where we have to come to these conclusions. But it isn't the point to have people come to the conclusion to call out right and wrong when it's there. That's my only point. Thank you, Gail Porters, for the $9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're a rock star. Yes, you are. I appreciate that. That's a blessing. Wednesday after I get paid, I'm sending some money to LSC for the payback. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just feel like I need to pay this money back. I don't know. I know I could see it as a gift, but deep down, I just feel uneasy about it. I don't feel like should have this money in my possession at this point, or have had accepted it at this point. Let me say that because it's not in my possession, but just because I used it to pay a bill. But I'm going to give it back. I'm going to give it back, and I've always, expressed that if you guys want to see like any bills for the Xfinity or the StreamYard, if I ask for money for a specific bill, and you guys want to see contributions at work, I have already put up posts, so I'm not afraid to do it. Because I believe in that transparency, especially if you're, providing any financial support to someone and donations. You ask about, some transparency. Yeah. Says that you shouldn't be, granted that. And that's just me here in the Lady Luck Club. Everybody may not feel the same way, but that's just me here. That's how I feel. Hey, Master G, how you doing? How's it going? The same people trying to check LLC sit quiet while he attacks others. Shameful. Yep. It's foolishness. And a lot of people are afraid of saying things because they're scared that, oh, if I say something, then all of this traffic gonna come over here and then cyber stalkers are gonna be at it, or they're gonna get mad and they're gonna do this and they're gonna say that, and people won't do what you won't allow them to do. Are they gonna try? I'm sure. But hopefully they understand that they're gonna leave digital footprints. So the wisdom that I had to get, called a fellow brother of mine and say, hey, this is something weighing on me. I got to get it off my chest. It's happening too much. It's happening to other people. I gave my godmother just a scenario. I don't tell her specifics, but she's like, you can just do it as an informative and educational method. So that's what this is. That's why I pulled up some information on verbal abuse. That's why I pulled up information on the comptroller and what they do. So that you guys can see it for yourself. I'm not making this up. And I think in this reality on earth, things are what they are, and we need to call it out. I don't expect, people who have issues and disagreements with me to be all. I don't need to bash. This isn't done in the spirit of bashing. It's done with the spirit of educating and informing. Yes, this has happened to me, but there's some who might not be as strong. You got to have thick skin to be on YouTube, y'all. that's why it sucks to have to talk about this, but I've been called a lot of names. It is what it is. I've been falsely accused of being gay. I mean, good grief. It's a lie, but here I'm not going to keep debunking it. I've been called the B word. MFs and idiots and goofy and all this other stuff. Just been called a lot of things. So what? It doesn't hinder the channel from growing and from the content from being relayed out. And when things are just wrong and it's becoming a pattern of behavior and I see other people being hurt and abused and stuff like that, I had to say something. And I chose to do it through what has been done to me, to hopefully encourage others to not feel that they have to, if they decide to run back over there and they want to continue to support and they have their situations minimalized, I can't stop it. I can only hope that one person reads this, sees the information, and at least say, let me rethink about what I'm doing and who I'm supporting and what I'm exposing myself to. The Bible speaks of us guarding our eyes and ears, being responsible of the information that we receive, and praying that God gives us discernment and use wisdom in all things. So sometimes you can discern when certain things are just not right. And there's a whole lot wrong with this situation. And it's happening back to back to back. And it's becoming more emboldened. And it's enough. Thank you, Saint. I appreciate it. Thank you, Skeeter. Payback challenge. Thank you, Skeeter, for the $5 super sticker. Y'all, these go through YouTube. They take whatever percentage they take. But when that comes through, hopefully that $225 can be given right back. And I can be done with it. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the support. I even appreciate comments where it's, hey, I'm not picking a side. I don't want you to. I want you to still continue to support. If you're supporting him, keep supporting him. Don't unsubscribe because of me. Do it because you feel it's right or wrong, or you feel it's the best thing to do for you. Just like with any other content creator. Continue to support those content creators. It is not for me to dictate or determine. But I personally, I had already unsub, a couple months back because I recognized what was happening and it was a pattern. And I reached to the point I was like, okay, this is enough. I'm not doing this. Not doing this at all. So no, this is not bashing, no deterring. You guys heard me in the video. Apologize. And said flat out, if there's a misunderstanding, is what it is. But I do stand on the fact that if you have something against me and I don't know you're upset, then no, it is your responsibility to reach out to me. I'm not going to reach out to you, see if you're mad at me. I'm not a mind reader. It's not a gift I want God to give me. I don't. I just wanted to thank you for not asking your audience to pick a side. You're welcome. And it's not for me to do. It's not for me to do. Not all of us use Cash App to support you. A super is fine. It doesn't matter. I have Zelle as well. The super is fine, but if not, just hit the like button. And thank you all so much for tuning in. We're gonna go live tonight, and we're gonna talk about our first story on true crime. It was a little boy in Illinois, in the state of Illinois. Go figure. His mom stuffed his deceased body in a trash can for months. He had been missing and everything. And we're gonna go over that true crime story this evening in our live show. And then we're gonna watch some babies and have a good laugh. And try to, I know it's weird to say after true crime, end it with lightening up the mood, but don't want anyone walking away from it depressed and upset. So we will watch some baby videos. I think I want to finish playing the one that I was playing the other day. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do it now. We're gonna watch some videos. Yay, babies. Babies make everybody smile. Hey Elsie, didn't ask you for anything back, so why you sending it back? Was it supporters that sent that to you that day? I don't know. I don't know. It came from him, but I don't know how it was like something that was collected or whatnot. I don't know. But I feel uneasy about it. And is the resources that however it came about that I'm going to send back to him to INA for that. And I would be more at peace with that. I prefer not to have that connection financially at this point. Trust me on that. God is telling me to give that money back. I know it may have been a gift. God is saying giving that money back. Give that money back. Give that money back. And that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. I'm gonna give it back to him. $225. Thank you, Shanita. Towards the repayment. Thank you so much. Y'all, listen, let me go through. Hold on. Look who I became members here. Male ass new member. Bobo's a member. I miss you, Bobo. You okay? The new feature. I know. Saint, of course. Doing a great job addressing these issues with grace. I'm trying my best. And like I said, I'm not doing this to bash. Yeah, I had to clarify a few things. And did have comments, but it is as awareness and education for others to understand verbal abuse. You don't have to deal with it. It's just not acceptable. Master G, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you, Gail, for the super sticker. Thank you, Laura, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Let's get this taken care of. Payback challenge. Thank you, Skeeter and Mark. And we're praying for you and your family and your son. You guys keep her and Karen, Rusty in your prayers. I have supporters here that are going through something. Oh, and Bobo. Bobo, praying for your speedy recovery as well. I want you to get some rest. You better be resting, Bobo. So I have supporters that are really going through some things here. That are, real life situations here that are so serious. And the last thing because you never know what people are going through. The last thing they need is somebody that's going to sit here and just publicly shame them like that. Everybody might not be mentally and emotionally in that space to handle something like that. So you have to be careful on something like that. It's just unnecessary. Let's see. Shanita, thank you so much. I appreciate this. This is a blessing. Mel S, drop your Zelle. Oh, sure. Thank you. Look at God. Won't he do it? Yeah, no, we're gonna give that money back. And preferably, like I said, someone else receives it over there that can use it. But I would rather not have that affiliation with it at this point. Not the Lady Luck Club. Nope. That's my Zelle. It's the channel name. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate this. That was Zelle, and then Cash App is Lady Luck Club LLC. It's the handle. Zelle works for you. Okay, it's my channel email, Lady Luck Club LLC at yahoo.com. I want to finish the video we were watching the other day. Power went out of my area. Yeah, I was so mad at Georgia Power. I'm emailing them back and forth. Why y'all keep doing this to us? It's like they just picking on us over here in my neighborhood because it's majority black. They just finding ways to sit here and cut our power off and can't explain why. Oh, I was so mad. This was on Thursday. So I was like, you know what? Oh, Friday was it? Yeah, no, Thursday. It was Thursday. So I said, no, y'all better cut my power back on. I need air. I want to hear listen to some of his video. I know, right? I can't do it. I'm still not gonna bash. I'm not gonna tell anybody to stop going over. Nope, we're not doing any of that. Just continue to support them and do what you do, live your life, be happy and smile and laugh and enjoy the peace God has given you. Because I sure will over here. Man, we got our first true crime video we're doing this evening. And then tomorrow we'll be talking about the Air India plane crash. That was something else. One person walked out alive. Can you say hallelujah for that person that survived? Amen. God had his hand on him. Oh, man. Okay, so let me pause. This is the one, Dear What Christian sent me. And then there are a few that I had saved. I guess we'll check out a couple more. There's the funniest baby judge clips. Oh, with Judge what's her name? Lord, I can't think of her name. Judge Judy. Baby Judge Judy. Which one you sent, Saint? Hold on, let me make sure I have. Did you send me a new one? Did somebody send me a new one? Let me see. Ooh, I gotta respond. I'm gonna respond to that. Hold on. I was trying to check my emails right quick to see if Saint, you want to drop the link to the video you want me to check out? You always send some funny ones. She sent the oh man. Was it the Tommy one? Is that it? The stutter, baby stutter. Did you send that? Hey Tanya. Oh, how you doing? Thank you, Carol. Keep standing on business. Keep standing on busy. Oh yeah, it's a busybody. Busybody. I didn't take that as an insult at all. I actually started laughing when I heard that. Look at him, Miss Busybody. Oh. At least he's acknowledging I'm busy. I didn't take that wrong at all. I was like, well, thank you. Oh God. Yeah, you call me busybody. I actually laughed at that. That was pretty funny. Look at him, Miss Busybody. You know, I said in the back of my mind, you know, it could be the B word, so I'll take it. Busybody it is. Oh man. The other one said flat out B word. And it was like, oh, child, go to your room. Oh, good Lord. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Gail. Sorry, don't know how YouTube works. I thought you received your money soon. I could have seen it. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I actually am cool with the supers and stuff. People get so excited. I get excited seeing it. I appreciate it. YouTube takes like what 40%. It's so weird. That's why I don't like it. Doesn't hurt me for somebody to go sue YouTube. Just do it right. They don't already pay us. Of course, I want you to get all the money. Get something. Yeah, show us how it's done. Hey, do it right though. It could have helped. Could have helped with that. Could have helped with that damn lawsuit. Formatted it better. Man, please help him with his opening and closing remarks. Jesus Christ. No. I've sent you so many. I know. I'm gonna do the okay, so we're gonna do this one that he sent because I want to finish that one. And then I see the Steve Harvey one and the Stutter Baby. Did you send me the Stutter Baby? We'll do that one. It's like 5 minutes. Oh, we'll do that one. It was a nephew Tommy. Okay. Yay, babies. Y'all know who this is, right? This is from Dear Woke Christian's channel. My brother in Christ and Morehouse brother. Gives me heads up on a lot of things. He always tell me, you think twice now. I'm just gonna look. I understand. But he does understand it, you know. Certain things just have to be. Sometimes just gotta nip things in the bud. And if it helps others, that's the whole point of this, to help others recognize the stuff that's not right. It's just not right. All right. So Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear and see. Let's get to it.
Hello, I am Mayor Brandon Johnson, and I am proud to join you in recognizing and celebrating Africa Day. The continent of Africa is made up of 1.2 billion people with diverse countries full of rich traditions, cultures, and heritage. The African diaspora can be found in cities and countries around the globe. And right here in Chicago, our proud African communities have made indelible contributions to the growth and fabric of our amazing city. So this Africa Day, let us take a moment to celebrate the achievements of the people of Africa, the progress made by African nations, and the traditions and cultures they have shared with us. And let us also show them that we will embrace and support them as they continue to overcome and face their challenges head on. Thank you, and happy Africa Day, everyone.
What I was doing. And value. And in the end, I try not to cry. As you can imagine, I have been through every emotion over the past several days, from anger, rage, disappointment, hurt, guilt, that I let my team lose their job. What I was doing.
This is Joy Reid. You wrong for this, bro. Oh, no. Oh, my God. This baby's rocking that low cut, though. So cute.
And value. And in the end, I try not to cry. I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things. I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show. I'm proud of my little team, the little team that could. I'm so proud of what we did, and so grateful that God gave me nearly 5 years to do it, and in total, nearly 10 years to do television my way, on my terms.
But I just want to say thank you to all that support me. Thank you for the love. I am in good spirits. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you. I just want to get on here and just say thank you. That's really it. Because guess what? My book is coming out, and I will be doing a book tour soon. So those that like to keep up with your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, stay tuned for that.
He went bunny hopping.
Oh my God.
My way, on my terms.
But I just want to say thank you to all that support me. Thank you for the love. I am in good spirits. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you. I just want to get on here and just say thank you. That's really it. Because guess what? My book is coming out, and I will be doing a book tour soon. So those that like to keep up with your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, stay tuned for that.
He went bunny hopping. When y'all thought he went missing, he was out bunny hopping. Bunny hopping and bunny shopping. Kanye went snow bunny hopping and snow bunny shopping. He got another white wife. I'm done with Kanye.
About if you did go out to dinner, who paid when you went out to dinner? You paid, I paid. You both paid.
No,
okay,
Yo, Fanny's still wearing a wig. This baby wearing a wig. The baby is wearing a wig, DWC. Oh my God, I can't get past the other. Look at this little girl right here. This little girl right here. This child, listen here. This is a cute baby. Oh, with blonde hair. What's that? Oh God, that hair color is matching that jumpsuit. Orange.
Because guess what? My book is coming out, and I will be doing a book tour soon. So those that like to keep up with your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, stay tuned for that.
He went bunny hopping. When y'all thought he went missing, he was out bunny hopping. Bunny hopping and bunny shopping. Kanye went snow bunny hopping and snow bunny shopping. He got another white wife. I'm done with Kanye.
About if you did go out to dinner, who paid when you went out to dinner? You paid, I paid. You both paid. Okay, so let me be real clear. We didn't say, oh, the bill is $102. You get $51, I'll get $51. I don't operate like that with my girlfriends. I don't operate like that with anyone. He caught the bill, I caught the bill. Whomever. We're talking about, I'm very confused. I didn't give him money in a contract, so that was cute, but I didn't give him money outside in a contract. What happened is, no, we're going to answer it since you said it. He worked more hours than he was paid, and the county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me and then think that you're not going to get an answer.
You know what also excites me? Among the many things, I'm excited about electric school buses. I love electric school buses.
Y'all, this Kamala. First of all, Fannie Willis, little baby, got them cheeks, honey. Oh, we just want to pinch them cheeks. Yes, we do. Look at that.
The county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me and then think that you're not going to get an answer.
You know what also excites me? Among the many things, I'm excited about electric school buses.
Oh, no.
I love electric school buses. I just love
Look
them.
at her suit.
For so many reasons. Maybe because I went to school on a school bus. Hey, raise your hand if you.
Yeah, see, I couldn't watch her stuff because I just knew it was going to be this silly. But to put it behind a baby It's just adorable.
Went to school on a school bus, right?
The bus has Wi-Fi and even USB
Oh my
outlets
God.
next to every seat. I mean, come on, imagine.
A secure border, and that is a priority
The
for any
baby.
nation, including ours and our administration.
We're too busy watching what you're doing to
Not
hear
gonna
what
lie,
you're
that's
saying.
pretty short.
As we all know, elections matter. And when folks vote, they order what they want. And in this case, they got what they asked for.
I'm looking for people that smell like weeds. No, really. New Birth is the largest land-owning Black church in America. Wow. And so
Wait a minute. Who is that the pastor over there at New Birth now? That can't be y'all. Look at them glasses. Look at them glasses.
position to my deacons is, why aren't we not raising cannabis?
What?
I'll be able to bring in Black males. They're able to do it legally.
Is that
I'm
serious?
teaching them farming.
Oh my God.
I'm helping them to enhance the ecosystem.
Oh,
This is
no.
the kind of conversation. So if the guy, Black boy in Bankhead said, they run weed at the
This
church,
supposed to be Jamal Bryant.
where do I join?
This supposed to be Jamal Bryant. I see you, Saint. I got your link. I'm gonna let me start. Yep, we're gonna watch that one. Is this Jamal Bryant? This is crazy. You see Diddy, baby. Who are you, bro? This supposed to be Jamal Bryant, the pastor over there at New Birth. Y'all. Somebody he want weed. And if you don't kick rocks.
Oh, yes. I don't need no pamphlet for him. I'm looking for people that smell like weed.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton.
Jasmine
We
Crockett.
are. You can't
Oh my
pay us
God.
enough to find a plantation.
My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you
Oh
may
my
have,
God.
no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it. The law is both powerful and fragile.
Y'all, this is Letitia Johnson. They're woke. You did the New York Attorney General. This is Letitia Johnson. Letitia Johnson. Yeah. Letitia James. James. I'm sorry, Letitia James. Oh, good Lord. Y'all. This is Letitia James, the New York Attorney General. Oh my God. How cute. How cute. Jasmine Crockett baby is cute. Oh, it's so adorable. Look at them cheeks.
My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it. The law is both powerful and fragile. And today in court, we will prove our case. I thank you all for being here. And again, justice will prevail. Thank you.
I repeat things 3 times because 3 is the number of gates. It is the number of roads. So when I'm communicating, I'm trying to condition and educate your unconscious. And since 3 is the number of times you need to knock in order to open up the spiritual gateway, I repeat things in 3 because if your unconscious hears it 3 times, it has a stronger likelihood of holding.
Dude, you saying it 3 times, it just gets annoying after the first. Especially if it has no value. Just say it once and keep living. Oh my God, y'all. This baby Umar is on point. Literally. A whole beard on a baby. Oh God.
Holding on to that bit of data, that bit of consciousness, that bit of intelligence. So that's why I repeat everything in 3s to help you understand, overstand, and understand. See, the first time I say it is for you to understand. The second time I say it is for you to understand. And the third time I say it is for you to overstand. That's why.
I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about.
So I call on all Angelinos to continue expressing your right, your anger, your outrage, but to do it peacefully.
Hey there.
Oh, Lord.
Thanks so much for stopping by. I just got done doing some really great projects here on the channel. I think you will really enjoy them. So down in the pinned comments, I left a link to a couple of them. I'd love for you to check them out. Let me know what you think. Leave me a green heart or
Do more. Y'all look at baby DWC. Oh, look at it. Look at him. Oh my God. Look at that smile. Oh my goodness. Why is the baby bald headed? I know he's bald, but the baby should have some hair. Oh my God. Dear Woke, you rocked it out with this one, brother. Oh my God, this is so cute.
Link to a couple of them. I'd love for you to check them out.
You know what? Go ahead and do me. Do one of me. Somebody turn me into a baby. I would love to laugh at myself at all of this. And do one where I'm going savage mode. Yes, go ahead. Please do that. Do one of me being a baby, going hammer time in savage mode. I would play that over and over again. That would be fun. Look at this.
Let me know what you think.
Oh
Leave me a green
God.
heart or maybe even a baby duck to let me know that you came over from this video. Thanks so much. Grace and peace.
Oh my God, y'all. Well done. Well done. That was so funny. You feel better? Do y'all feel better? I'm hollering. It's so cute. I know. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the one. Saint left me a link. Somebody turn me into a baby. Oh yeah. I want to see that. Oh Jesus, that is too funny. I pinned one. Hold on. Okay. It won't let me click. Like if I click it, it won't take me to it. Hold on. Maybe I'm on the wrong side. I'm sorry. Hold on. Nope. Won't let me click it. What's the name of the video? I can't click the link. What's the name of the video, Saint? In the meantime, make collard green. Yeah, that was Jamal Bryant. Okay, talk about he want weed. You must be out your. Let me tell you something. Why is he talking about he want weed? You a whole pastor in a weird church. Like you can't sit here and talk about I want weed. Is that what we do? Those lashes. Oh my God. Yeah, they had Jasmine Crockett, and then it was Kamala Harris, and then Joy Reid, little Tiff Tough in it. Oh God. SS for short. Everybody know what that means. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call her. Little SS. And then it had Letitia James. Oh my goodness. I'm just waiting on him to turn me one. I want a baby. I want a baby video. That is awesome. You dumb. That DWC baby was epic. Say what was the video? Baby nephew Tommy stuttering break. Got it. Okay, cool. Here we go. I had saved that one because I wanted to check it out. Woo, y'all. All right. Let me get this back up. He's gonna clear that out. Okay. Freeze out. And there it is. All right. Y'all put in the one in the chat if you can see and hear. Let's have some fun and laugh. This is so cute. So cute. My thing is acting weird. Every time I move it around, as you all can see, it keeps like taking down the video. I don't know why. I have no idea what's happening with this. Okay, let's go.
Hello, this Leonard from they got Party Rentals. Is Jason now?
Oh my God.
This is me, man. What's up? You they got you down as a secondary contact. Hey, man, don't call here playing on my phone and shit, man. What's up, doc? Ain't nobody playing. You got your sister named Janice, and she got some party stuff she rented. I'm trying to make sure she
Hey, man, look, if you try to make fun of me, dog, I could come down and whoop your ass. I ain't playing, man. I don't because for messing with me, nigga. I ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody messing with you. I'm trying to make sure y'all get the order. Did y'all order tables, chairs, margarita machine, and the tablecloth, and then I got two tents on here.
We doing the party, and we got all the shit you name, man.
Okay. So I just want to go over the order with you. I got eight.
I can't even put up comments, you all, because it keeps, as you can see, it keeps taking it off the screen. So I'll go back and read the comments after the video ends. But you guys can see also the comments scrolling up on StreamYard. I just don't know what's going on with this. I'm gonna have to reboot my laptop when we're done here so I can do some more content today. But this is weird. All right, let's get back to it.
Tables, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, now,
hey, wait, hold up. What's your name?
My name Leonard, and I'm with a party rentals. I'm trying to make sure that we trying to confirm the order. We don't.
Hey, Leonard, whatever your name is.
Oh Lord!
Well, for Lord, I'm gonna come down there. If I'm gonna ask for you, and if you don't have no speech impediment, I'm with your ass. I'm just letting you know. All right. Hold up! Don't cut me off, dog. I got that on the table. Now go ahead with the order. Now we ordered the tables and the chairs. So go.
She got 8 chairs per table. 8 chairs to go with each table. Okay, so that's 64.
Wait, hold up. I think she got the order paper right here. Wait, let me see right quick. All right, you say eight tables. 8 chairs to the table. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
64 chairs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got a margarita machine. How many was y'all supposed to get?
For the margarita machine, we got two.
Damn, you're
oh my God, he's mimicking him spot on.
Margarita machine.
Keep going.
Now y'all got tablecloths too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the tablecloths on every table.
Yeah.
Okay, now y'all got tents. So how many tents is supposed to be?
I don't know. It just say tents on here. How many tents y'all normally go with?
Probably with this many tables, you're gonna need about at least you're gonna need about at least 3 tents. You want me to put it down for 3?
No, put it down for 2, man. Because shit, I already know these bougie ass women in my family. All of them ain't gonna be outside no way.
Okay.
So, put 2 down there.
For 2 tents. Okay, cool. Now I got 8 tables. I got 64 chairs. 2 margarita machines. Tablecloths on all of them, and it's 2 tents. Right. Now the drop off gonna be Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody gonna be there?
Yeah. I'm gonna be here. Shit, I got laid off.
Oh my God, that baby's so cute.
I'll be right there.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Jason, I'm gonna need the full address from you.
All right.
Y'all see the shirts? It's a superstar. Oh my God. Listen, I hope this is not offending anyone that does have a stutter. Nephew Tommy went overboard sometimes. These babies are still adorable. I like how they're playing into it with their clothes. So here's got the SSS superstar, and the other one's wearing something else.
Y'all ain't got that.
Yeah, you got party something. Oh, and I love the color scheme back there. It's so cute. These babies are adorable.
Let me look and see. Yeah, we got it. Okay.
Oh, it's so cute.
One more thing that I ain't told.
What, nigga? We didn't cover everything on the list, man. What, nigga? Come on.
This nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your sister Janice got me the place. Motherfucker, you man. Look at this. This shit ain't funny, nigga.
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna whoop your ass. Hey, Say, man.
Look at the baby.
You got
Hold on, wait a
your
minute.
sister name on the show. Your sister. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna whoop. Hey.
Oh, look at the babies. Oh my God! It makes you want to have another one and then not.
Man, that's you talking about, man. Hey, man. Fuck you, dummy. Hey, I gotta ask you, man. What's the baddest radio show in the land? Steve Harvey and nephew Tommy.
Oh man, that was so well done, y'all. All right, that's all we're gonna do for this one. Oh, because we hitting 3 hours. Good grief, y'all been hanging out with me for 3 hours. I appreciate all of you all. Thank you all so much. Like I said, we got some educational things we had to take care of this morning. It's not the best. It's just to highlight, point out. And I only talked about and spoke on what's happened to me. I didn't play anything of what happened to others. You never know. They might somehow find a way to bridge the gap and, move forward. Me personally, I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. So thank you all for tuning in. I got some more content to do. You guys make sure you tune in this evening for our first true crime video where we're going to be talking about the little boy in the state of Illinois found in a trash can by the police. His mother put him in there after an incidental death, but we'll go over that. And then we'll have some more babies at the end. I just want you guys to hit the like button on the way in and out. And of course, share the content. I think people just need to see and know what it's like to say we've had enough. All right. Love you guys. Continue to take care of yourselves and each other. And until the next one, lady, look out. Deuces.